It's the Bennington Show, and we are back. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I'm Ron Bennington. Started that off as a little tribute to the great Walter Becker from Steely Dan. Lost him over the vacation week. That news came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking.
Yeah,
and
a lot
of
bad news.
Yeah, it was a rough week for a lot of reasons. But that song is so beautiful, and I never heard that song before.
Well, it also goes to show that his songwriting was very much involved in Steely Dan.
Yeah.
He didn't really get a lot of the credit for that. You know, you're working with a fucking genius. But you could just hear that. It sounds like a fucking Steely Dan song.
It does, yeah.
You know?
And that sound to me always makes me think of like road trips with you.
Yeah.
Steely Dan was like go-to road trip music.
Well, I mean, besides the sadness of losing him, I was like so happy that so many years later I got to see those guys so much up here because they, would play a lot. But when they were big, they never went on the road. So when I really wanted to see them, they were just staying in studios and snorting who knows what. And that was always the rumor about them. But all great musicians. But the other thing, too, is I saw him do like almost a Dan Aykroyd thing of introducing the band, and he was fucking hysterical.
Really?
Yeah, they did this thing. It must have taken 8-10 minutes to fucking introduce everybody in the band. And he was being all weird about what their background was.
But he did like a whole bit on it?
Yeah, he did like a whole thing, like with each person. And what they were doing, Itching in My Heart, this Supremes cover, right? Mm-hmm. So with just the chicks singing, they always have like backup singers. And then in the middle of they would do like 3 or 4 guys and then break back into Itching in My Heart. And it was like fucking great. And this thing just kept going on and on. But it reminded me so much of Dan Aykroyd with the Blues Brothers. I'm like, I never thought that fucking dude was funny. I thought he was just scary, If you go to Rolling Stone, a lot of great tributes being done to him, for him. But anyway, that was a tough one. There's so much news that happened while we were away. A giant hurricane smashes into Texas, and another hurricane barreling down now. Looks like Haiti, Puerto Rico, and maybe the tip of Miami. But you can never tell when you're that far out where it's going to go. Yeah,
but that's just the heartbreaking thing of this is like, how is this going to happen right after? It's just like, it's so overwhelming because Harvey was insane.
Yeah. And I never saw anything like that before. It was insane. It was literally insane. The number of times that you would just see people, like whole neighborhoods, just walking chest deep water together to get out. It was just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And now another one coming. And they're saying that could be over $100 billion to get that place back to where it was. And then I see today, I don't know who you are when you run Puerto Rico. I'm going to just say the leader of Puerto Rico says, we've got $15 million put aside for something like this. I'm like, dude, this is the other really weird thing. You get into this point where you want to help, right? And then CBS Sunday News did a show where they had these people who put together disaster work all over. And they go, do not send stuff. Just give money. If you give money, it costs so much more to ship, to put somewhere. And they were just showing these amount of times that they just burn clothes. They don't know what to do with it, so they just burn it,
Right.
They burn blankets. The water just sits in crates, right? And then the next, then today, and I'm watching them like, this is so obvious. How come people don't talk about this? Then CBS Sunday Morning today, they're showing like, here's places that you can take stuff. I go, do you watch your own fucking network?
Why are you contradicting yourself?
You're just doing the worst thing.
I think that we should set it up like disasters and weddings. Just give money.
Give money.
Don't give the gifts.
No.
Just
nobody
give
wants your fucking
cash.
toaster. I don't know what I'm going to do with this fucking egg beater thing that you gave me. Beat my own eggs?
But it's engraved, his and hers. Do you love it? No, I want money.
Yeah, and it is that same thing of like, let those people figure out what they want to do, and don't make them store something. But it's all done out of the goodness of people's hearts. But they were actually showing, after Sandy Hook, just the amount of stuffed animals that were sent. And people sent water, and they sent blankets, like tons of it.
Really?
Like, we got blankets. Our house didn't burn up.
It's not a lack of blankets is the issue here.
But people are doing this because they want to do nice things, right?
Right.
But send cash then. Just send cash.
Yeah.
Give it to J.J. Watt. He seems to know what he's doing down there. All right, here's the other thing that they force the president to go back. They didn't like the hats they were wearing, and they didn't like his wife's heels, right? And then he also didn't hug anyone.
Right.
And he didn't get food. So he's got to get back on a fucking airplane. And then they show him giving out macaroni, and everybody's like, okay, good. He's giving out macaroni.
Okay.
For how long? An hour? You know what I mean? He could be helping you so much more. But people demand that the president show up.
Yeah.
I think Lyndon Johnson did it in the 60s, and these people, they were sitting in this dark, like, fucking warehouse or something, and these flashlights are coming through, and Johnson was like, don't worry, your president is here. And everyone was like, what? What do you mean you're here?
Why?
I don't even want to be here.
Get out.
But just absolutely mind-blowing how big that was. So
yeah, I mean, I will say, I know a lot of people were upset about the hats and the stiletto heels and her bomber jacket with her, like, Top Gun look.
Right.
But it was a nice moment of fun in the middle of a tragedy.
Right. Let them be themselves.
It was really fun to be like, hon, look what she's wearing now. Oh, my God. She's got a FLOTUS hat on. She's amazing. She's amazing.
Well, then everyone got a kick out of, so the president has to act like he's J.J. Watt, right? And he's handing out food and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they showed somebody pulled up in a pickup truck, and the president is handing stuff into the cab, right? Uh-huh. Instead of putting it in the back of the truck. And everyone's just fucking cracking up because this guy has never, I mean, he's never loaded a fucking truck in his life. And I'm like, you made him go back there and do this.
Dude, that is so funny. I don't know why the detail of that. It's just giving him lumber through the cab of the.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like these weird boxes and stuff. And, that's not his thing.
Right. You
should have him go down there and build a hotel. He'd probably be able to help you. But when he builds a hotel, he doesn't physically build it.
That's not his forte. Oh, my God. Yeah, it is funny, though. There was that controversy. And then, of course, there was this thing where people, I mean, I can't imagine it being a lot, but they started to pull a ton of these people who were saying, you've got Trump down there. Where was Obama during Katrina? Where was he? He was golfing, and he was not president yet. It was amazing.
You know how, like, when something like this happens, you go to check on people that you know on social media? So our old buddy, Gail, Tim Tuttle, is a big-time radio morning show host in Houston. I think it's 93 something, 93Q or B or 7, whatever they do. So he put this thing up from the local Houston.com, click to Houston.com. They got 9 trillion gallons of rain, right? 9 trillion gallons of rain hit Texas. It would fill the Great Salt Lake twice. It would fill the Empire State Building 33,900 times.
Holy shit.
It would cover New Orleans in 128 feet of water. It's just, I mean, you can't even imagine this type of thing.
It's really too much to take in. And the images are just like crazy that like as they were rolling out of there. I know our buddy Captain D also his house got flooded, I think twice over because I think he was saying once he had cleared it out, I think there was like, that second wave of flooding happened, and I think it all came back.
Because unlike any hurricane that I ever saw before, it stayed. You know what I mean? Like, if you go back to the hurricanes, the one 25 years ago that hit Miami. It was
Andrew?
Yeah, it was Andrew. It was this crazy blast of wind that just came through like a sucker punch, knocking down buildings, clearing out neighborhoods. You couldn't see anything with sticks in the neighborhood. But, 3 hours later, everyone was out going, what the fuck? This is terrible.
Right.
But it just stayed. And it was more rain than wind that did this damage. Yeah. So I don't know I don't even know where you go with something like this. I know they got the Houston Strong thing doing it. It's like everybody's falling into that, Mm-hmm. We're all doing it. You try to keep everybody in the community up. Like nothing can get Texas down, but there's always like one dude going, I don't know.
This is rough.
Worth it?
Let's get out of here.
They go to people and they say your house might be destroyed. And they're like, no, this is our home.
Right.
It's a very personal thing when you have a home and they're like, wouldn't you rather move away from a place that could flood? And they're like, this is where we live. This is where our kids go to school. So that was, and I don't even want to say if this thing just hits the tip of Florida and goes into the Gulf now. Oh, you know what is the other fun thing, too, that happened is everybody was mad at Joel Osteen. And I never saw anyone mad at that cat before. Like, he was here one day doing his show, and everybody was in the lobby like the Easter Bunny was here. They're like, I'm not even religious, but I love this guy. I'm an atheist, but I really like Joel. And then they said that he didn't open his church up fast enough. And people just started putting the boots on them.
Oh, they were furious. And I was just loving the whole storyline of that. Like, Joel just being like, you don't understand. We don't have the resources. Open the doors, Joel.
Yeah, they were right on his fucking dick. Well, look who's back from France. Chris Stanley.
Bonjour, Ron.
I'm sorry, what did you do?
Bonjour.
I was just laughing at him.
Bonjour, Gail.
Did you love it?
It was goddamn amazing.
Yeah.
France was ridiculous. It was surreal being there.
Yeah.
And the city of Paris is just the most beautiful place in the world. It's gorgeous. It's you gotta go.
Oh no, here it comes. You gotta go to Paris. Now,
yeah, my dad went during World War II. He didn't like it at all. Said it was too shooty.
Now,
actually, he wasn't. He was in the Philippines.
I know. He's island hopping.
Yeah.
But
your pictures are great.
They're great. And you say it was surreal to be there, but I would say equally as surreal to know that you were there.
I know. I was laughing the whole week.
As a friend of Chris Stanley, I just kept all week just going, Chris is in Paris?
I was
God, that's weird.
There was a song I was singing. I can't sing it on the air. But it was literally how I thought about it. But here's what made me laugh. Because I know you. You're fucking exhausted in every picture.
I never have been hit with jet lag this badly in my. It was horrible.
How long is the flight?
All right, the flight over there was 6.5 hours.
And the time difference is what?
6 hours.
So was it going ahead that fucked with you?
It was going ahead because I thought it was earlier, but then it was later. So I was simultaneously tired and felt like I should be up. Right. It was.
And you never got used to it the whole time you were there?
No, not once. No, it was just my sleep was all off. If I got like 6 hours of sleep at any point during the day, I was like, all right. Feeling pretty good.
Yeah, but you didn't know when it was going to come in.
No,
it could be 6 hours in the morning, 6 hours in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You just never know when that 6 hours is going to happen.
I just got to get it. That's all I know. I just have to be unconscious for a little while.
There's always these things of dealing with jet lag. I never believe any of them.
It seems like it should be impossible.
Now, there you were at the Eiffel Tower. You didn't bother going up?
No, I didn't want to. Look, we saw it at night. It was beautiful. And
that's
by the way,
view you want anyway.
The goddamn Eiffel Tower is so much bigger than I thought it would be. It's fucking massive.
Peter, why are you laughing so hard?
Because it's the Statue of Liberty. Like, we all know how big the Statue of Liberty is. It's in New York City.
He hates New York.
New York blows. It dwarfs The Statue of Liberty.
Who cares?
It's gigantic.
Who
Ron.
cares how big a statue is?
It's a modern marvel of technology.
But you should know how big it is. There's a reason everybody talks about it. It's because it's a giant structure.
You wouldn't
It
believe
serves zero purpose, though, right?
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't do anything.
What are they doing in there? Nothing?
It's just there for fucking people to go to the top.
I thought it was an oil rig.
So you like it better at night when it's all lit up, huh?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
And that's
beautiful.
a fairly new thing, though, lighting it up at night.
Yeah. And then at every hour it sparkles. Like they put a bunch of light bulbs on.
I don't like that shit.
I thought it was a little
They're
pretty
doing
silly.
that to the Empire State Building. I'm like, is it just leave it a building? It's not a fucking Christmas tree.
Yeah.
All right, go to your other picture. Jen was putting these up. There you are. I'm gonna let you say it.
All right. Well, I picked up a copy of Charlie Hebdo.
Yeah.
And it was the issue where it said God does exist. And it has Nazis drowning in Texas on the front.
Now, of course, that didn't get the storm here that they would have liked because everyone was like, those guys are just dicks. I mean, a couple people were really mad about it.
Yeah.
But here's what I like. You got a beer going
Right?
in a place everyone drinks wine.
Yeah.
And you got an American cigarette going. You
It was
didn't even
great.
pick up any French cigarettes.
On the way back, I picked up French cigarettes, but I was just smoking all my duty frees.
Oh, smart.
I'm not dropping euros.
That was also funny. I had not seen a physical copy of that.
No.
Did you save it?
Yeah, I saved it. Yeah, I have
That's
it.
hilarious.
I thought it was a magazine. So when I went to the newsstand, like, hey, Charlie Hebdo, you got one? And he points to the newspaper rack. I'm like, what? That's weird. I always thought it was a magazine. It's just a fucking newspaper.
No, it's like The Onion was here.
Yeah. The look on his face.
Yeah, like this is interesting. Fascinating.
Interesting take.
I have no idea what any of these words mean.
Let me see your other pictures. But I also want to get the picture of your food up.
This is a Royale with cheese.
I had to go get a Royale with cheese. I had to. How could you not?
What do they call a Whopper over there?
Oh, no, I didn't go to Burger King.
There you go. We did it, Chris. How was the burger?
Quite horrible. It made the one thing that America has done better is fucking McDonald's cheeseburgers.
And the fries?
The same.
Yeah.
But it was the driest fucking cheeseburger I've eaten my entire life.
You know, Five Guys got shakes now.
Really?
It's a whole new thing.
There was 5 Guys there as well. Didn't go.
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
Oh.
holy shit, there's 5 Guys.
I'm
That's fucking
surprised.
terrible.
I'm
You're in a
really
place with all
shocked.
that food. They've put up franchise. That's why people hate Americans. What's your other pick?
Here's me pounding wine and smoking at the same time.
Now, are you inside there?
I'm outside.
Could you smoke inside or just outside? You didn't go inside.
I ate once inside in 1 week.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Jen, let's put up his food platter because that was the thing that got to me. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this was just an outside cafe.
No, I don't care now. Move
Okay.
on.
Here I am outside the Louvre.
What are you drinking? Everybody's
is
trying to
that?
figure it out.
I poured we had some rosé left, and so I poured it into a water bottle, and
Dude, I was
For the walk over.
like, fancy pink Evian over there. I don't know what that is. It's just rosé.
it's just rosé. It's delicious cold rosé outside the Louvre, with everyone else taking pictures, trying to, like, I don't know, grab it or whatever.
That's literally the ugly American.
Oh my god, that's so funny, dude.
And people were also saying that when you were reading the Charlie Hebdo thing, you were taking up 2 tables. You were just fucking, which everybody
so
hates.
American.
Hey, look, it was midday. It wasn't very crowded. All right, so like I spread out a little bit.
Oh my god. You went over there and you embarrassed us. I know it.
They loved me. They couldn't get more.
All right, Liz said, I knew 2 people in Paris at the same time. One is very rich, the other is Chris Stanley. The photos were very different.
Oh, were they?
He just had a fucking straight settlement trip there.
And here's me at the Luxembourg Gardens.
And what were you trying to do? Act like you're holding the gardens up?
Like, I guess I was just trying to go directly into the middle of the gardens. I think it was a great picture.
That's like your beautiful wings.
Are you kidding me? It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. It does look like wings. Look at that. I didn't even realize that.
That was my last day in Paris. And it was just so goddamn gorgeous. And what I liked even more was the countryside.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the most
That's what I
beautiful.
hear.
It was like a movie. It's like these tiny little old houses, like from however many years ago, and it looked like nothing changed. And it was just so fucking green.
Isn't it
and
weird
beautiful.
how Europe can stay that way? where we're constantly building new suburbs and shit. They're just like, no, we got these old cottages.
You know, and they have the young people have kind of mixed feelings about that. Because I remember I was speaking to someone who was from Dublin, and they were like, I actually think it's great the way New York changes, like that it is a product of its time. You still have some of the old stuff, but it always is a product of its time. They were like, we built one building in the 70s. They're like, we hate that. Let's just stop doing this.
Yeah.
This is awful.
Because it makes everything look like shit.
So now there's just one sore thumb.
There's Chris's food.
Jesus
and this,
Christ.
Go over to, what is it on Instagram? The Bennington Show?
Bennington SXM on Instagram.
I can't stand that. Doesn't even make sense to me. All right. First of all, I've never seen snails that gigantic. Now, was that better or worse?
It was fantastic.
And that's one of those things. Do they give you a certain tool to work that out with?
They give it's like almost like forceps to like hold it, and then they give you the fork, the small fork to work it out.
And then you have to like dig them out because they're so big. Yeah, you probably have to like curl
it's
them
like
from
5 times bigger than what I expect a snail to be.
Huge.
Were they very chewy though, or
no? They were delicious. It was fucking insane.
And it looks like the same kind of sauce that you get in New York, like the garlicky green sauce. Mm-hmm. God, I fucking love that.
I know. I love snails so much.
Me too, man. I love them so much, I won't call them escargot. I'm not fucking hiding it.
Now, I like this fucking, like, egg situation crepe in the left-hand corner.
It's unbelievable looking. Yeah, it looks so light.
It was ridiculous. It was just
put it up here if you can, because I like to just look, I'm very proud of you for eating this kind of food.
I know. It was very unexpected.
Well, I think his chick is a foodie.
Yes, she is.
She's making you better, Chris.
She is making me a better man.
Holy shit, look at that up close.
It's unbelievable.
It's like the over easy, like the yolk.
Yeah, perfectly cooked. Yeah, you crack it open and it's just all delicious yolk.
What's the food right under that?
Right underneath that's a cod. That's cod with potatoes.
And you ate that in the countryside or in the city?
That was in the city. The crepe, excuse me, was in the countryside.
How did you get out to the countryside?
Took a train. There was a train that went out
and it just started walking around?
Yeah, I went to Giverny to see Monet's Gardens.
Fuck.
What? It's crazy, dude.
And then underneath that is steak.
Au poivre?
No, not au poivre. No. And like a carrot like sauce or something. It didn't even taste like a carrot. It was amazing. And then below that is foie gras.
Unbelievable. Look how much there is.
And it was cheap as shit. It makes no sense how cheap the food and the wine is.
Really?
The wine. All right, so we're in a wine store, and we're looking at the prices, and it's like €5, €3, €8. And I say, is this fucking fortified wine? Is this bum wine? Is this like what they sell the bums? No, these are like $40 bottles of wine back in the United States. $4 a bottle.
Jesus.
It was fucking mind-blowing.
So people could very cheaply drink a bottle of wine with lunch.
Yeah.
For the same thing. I mean, a fucking cocktail is $16 here.
Right.
Exactly. You can get a bottle of wine for that.
Now, they have the situation there where, like, they don't have any of the, whatever they call it, sulfates or whatever that give you the headache, right?
Yeah.
So it's like just fucking...
It's just pure.
Why?
Good
pure.
Fucking...
Why, though?
I don't know why.
It's
but
the
like
soil.
Yeah, but ship it over here then.
I don't know, but I did not deal with too many hangovers, and just the cheapness of it was just mind blowing.
So you get drunk every day?
I didn't get like blackout, fucked up drunk, but I drink some wine.
You got buzzed and had a good time.
Yeah.
European style.
Now this is out of fucking control.
This was fucking hamon and cantaloupe with sea salt on top of it, and it was possibly the best thing I had the entire time. It was
ham. No, look. I'm telling you right now. If this is all I fucking ate there, I'd be fucking ecstatic. Everything on this page of yours looks unbelievable.
That's insane.
And that's the kind, I'd rather eat like that than get a full meal. Like, I would eat like that, leave. Eat those snails, leave. Eat that fucking crazy egg thing, leave.
Crap.
That looks like the lightest thing in the whole world.
It was so good. It was so ridiculously
I want that
good.
so badly.
Yeah.
Would it be terrible if you just rolled it up and just started biting into it?
I wanted to.
I'm just going to make a burrito out of this. Something I understand. Dude, those snails are really crazy. I really want those.
Yeah, they were amazing. And the bread was just like from like a shitty like little store that just like had like even like the bodegas had tables outside. Yeah, come have a cup of coffee, fucking have some bread. And even the bread there was fantastic. There was not one bad piece of bread in that country, or in that city, rather. And everyone had baguettes.
Oh, was it great?
Like, every other person in the street was carrying around a baguette.
Is that like the deal with breakfast, too? It's like coffee and a baguette.
It's exactly
not like
what
a
it
big...
You get a baguette, maybe some butter, some jam, and a cup of coffee.
And then you wait
breakfast.
for a big
then
lunch.
You have lunch. And fucking a bunch of wine.
Fucking a bunch of wine.
It was amazing.
Chris, this is very weird that you did this. I'm very excited, but it is really strange to hear you having this experience.
Also, I have gifts for everyone if you'd like them.
Yes.
What? Please say they're snails. Weird egg thing?
This is honey from Monet's garden.
Whoa, awesome.
Thank you.
This is so cool.
Honey must be very cheap then. You've never come back with presents.
And this is like, this is from a French chocolate store. It's like almond bark.
Jesus, nice.
This is beautiful.
And wine for everyone else.
Oh, yay.
Let me see your wine. That's gorgeous.
And knowing that shitty Napa Valley swill.
You don't like Napa Valley now, huh?
That's garbage.
You used to love Napa Valley, Chris.
I drink straight French.
This is a beautiful Pinot Noir.
Mm-hmm. Nice light red, you know?
You know wine very well. He knows wine.
Interesting. He's so cultured now. Now, we had discussed, too, how was traveling with your special lady friend, because this was your first time traveling together.
Yeah, it was the first, spending all day with each other every single day for like 8 days or whatever. It was great. No fighting, just enjoying ourselves and having a great time in fucking Paris.
This is beautiful.
Surprising. Because I figured, in the back of your head, like, yeah, this thing could go fucking sideways. It did not.
Enjoy some French chocolate. Vito, Jen, please enjoy some French chocolates.
And then in the first place we stayed in the Airbnb,
enjoy, please.
So good.
Jen, tell Jen to come over and get some for you and Vito.
There was nothing but street art everywhere. Just random pieces all over the place.
You love street art.
It was great. Yeah, it was like in the
That's the only art you like.
Yeah, pretty much. And then in the Banksy movie, at the very beginning, Mr. Brainwash goes to France to see this guy.
It wasn't Mr. Brainwash, was it?
Yeah, it was Mr. Brainwash. Yeah.
And just take over for you and Vito. Enjoy.
And he visits this guy, Space Invader, and his shit's everywhere. Like, it's just like the fucking movie.
I see the Space Invader thing in the village, though.
But like, he lives in France, and like, in that neighborhood, his shit's everywhere. And every other block, there's a Space Invader piece. And there's just other random shit, too.
Weird, though.
It's crazy. And
no one gets mad at him or anything?
No, they love it. They just keep it up. They're like, yeah, this is great.
Vito, make sure Paul gets some nice French chocolate.
Okay.
Tell him it's straight from France.
Puro.
Now,
this is great.
I know you thought that Big Brothers would shut down without you.
Well, yeah, I figured, yeah.
But Vito went in big. Tell everybody who your guest is. It's up on iTunes.
From Big Brother 13, we had Adam Pock, who came in third place.
Bacon. I didn't know that he finished that high.
Yeah, he finished really high. Rachel chose not to bring him to the final two because he told her he would vote for her in jury.
Stupid move. One stupid move cost you $50,000.
Yep, but he said he didn't think he was going to win anyway. He was a great guest.
But he would have got 50. Yeah, it was a great episode.
Thank you.
It was a really good episode.
Chris, you didn't get a chance to hear it?
Didn't get a chance to listen now over in France.
I will tell you this. I think it's going to make you very happy.
What's that?
First of all, Vito was ecstatic. And I mean, Vito and Adam were going toe-to-toe for their knowledge.
Really?
Yeah.
For twice as long as a Chris Stanley episode.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
How long the fucking episode?
Well over an hour.
Come on!
Yes.
Yeah, we
But it felt much faster.
It did.
Oh, did it?
It really did. And I'll be honest, the two of them together was like twin speak. Like, they really understood each other. They had this rapport. They, had the same Big Brother history knowledge.
Sounds too inside for me. I don't like that at all.
You're the host of the Big Brother podcast.
Too inside. And he's the host.
I will also say this, Chris.
Yeah.
If you go back and listen to this, Adam spoke more in one episode than you spoke the entire season. Somebody that used to do Fez's word count every day would love to do a word count.
First of all, Adam was on the goddamn show. He was a house guest.
I wasn't on the show.
Second of all, I don't like that this thing went an hour long. At all. This is bullshit.
Look,
it's a half-hour long podcast.
We were just getting along. We couldn't stop. We had a lot to cover.
It was very, very exciting. It was great to hear Vito having fun for once.
I know, and like with someone that he had a true rapport with.
Oh, this week's episode is going to be fucking. You don't even. I'm going to.
Are you booked this week?
Yeah, I'll be here this week.
Are you booked?
I'm booked this week.
I have to talk to Adam about that.
I co-host the show.
He actually said during it, "Pepper, don't come back."
Oh, what the fuck?
That really made me laugh.
Why is Adam Pop fucking taking shots at me?
He wasn't taking shots. He just really enjoyed doing the show that you bitch about doing every week.
I don't bitch about it. I enjoy it. At least I did.
I definitely think that you should still do call-ins.
No,
Yeah.
I'm going to co-host the show. Adam Pop maybe could do call-ins.
Maybe you could have like a special segment where it's like a guy who doesn't watch the show very much or know
And
much.
just
of
calls
the
people
game.
dicks and sluts instead of talking about strategy. He had brought up, because you were saying how dumb a couple of people were. He goes, you don't understand, when you're in there, you don't have the information that the people do watching. And you go, since you're making it week to week, you're like, I'm doing pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought that was a really smart point. It's something,
Yeah.
especially if you watch the feeds.
You never get it from Chris.
I would definitely brought that up last week.
No way.
I was in
Why
Paris,
this week?
okay? All right.
By the way, Flats texts me from Miami. 175-mile-an-hour winds right now in the storm. A Cat 5. Already panic in South Florida. No water, wood, or batteries for sale. They've already run out of all that.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And I know people that are already leaving before it even a chance. Like they've made airline things to get out of there by Thursday.
I was wondering that because sometimes, especially after what just happened, are people going to be much more cautionary because of just having...
Well, South Florida will never be the same because of Andrew. Because before that, everybody's like, we're going to have a hurricane party. This will be so much fun. We'll have time off of work. We'll just have a bunch of beer. And after Andrew, everyone's like, I'm fucking never staying again.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not worth getting fucking stranded.
No, because you could see. Well, even remember when that thing hit Jersey a year ago. I had friends that their houses weren't affected, but they were out of power for like a week, and they went fucking native.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They went native. And I would talk to them. They're like, you don't understand. You're so lucky that you could take a shower. I'm like, you were like me just a fucking week ago. Don't act like that. I understand. Yeah.
I'm in the shit, dude. I'm living some stuff you can't understand.
I don't know whether I'm going to start and send blankets or...
Let's send batteries.
I have some leftover peeps from Easter. Maybe I'll send those down.
Florida strong. We'll be talking about that before you know it. Going Florida
Now,
strong.
when are they saying, if it does make contact with South Florida, when is it supposed to?
The thing is, you don't know for sure.
Right.
Where, when, what. I mean, these things stall. All that is just guesswork. Just guesswork.
Yeah, I mean, a couple years ago, there was a hurricane, Category 5, just off the coast of Mexico, like off the west coast, and it was just barreling down, and then like a mile or two from land, it just dissipated.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck just happened? How weird
And then
is
everybody
that?
gets real mad, like, I fucking left town, I fucked the weather, man.
Totally.
You know what I mean? But you have to put this shit out there.
Yeah, it's tourist area, so people are like, oh, they ruined my vacation. But
It's
it was
awful.
going to kill people.
It's awful how many people that we lost. It was like 20 people that died doing this.
Yeah.
But if people didn't know and didn't expect it coming, it would have been thousands and thousands and thousands. And you have to remember, where we are with the weather, it's better. They're better predicting things every year. But in the 1950s and the 60s, they had no, you know what I mean? They were just like a mild thing. And before that, people would just be fucking sitting around and being like, they're getting windy. You know, like in the 30s and 40s. They're just like, nah, we better take the pull stuff. You know, and they don't know a fucking giant thing is just coming at them.
Well, there's a local meteorologist in Houston that people had put together this GoFundMe in order to send him on a vacation because they're like, we really relied on this guy. He was giving updates. He was telling, okay, go to this shelter. Now do this. He had all the information and they really appreciated it. So they were like, let's try to raise a couple thou. I think they like put it at like 4,000 to let him have a trip on everybody. And it raised like something like $20,000, like super fast. I think it's like well over 20,000 now.
There was there's a guy named down there. I think his name is like Mattress Mac or something. And he's just a guy who has mattress stores. And he just fucking opened up all of his stores and let people go in and crash on the mattresses. It was
Dude,
really
that's awesome.
Fucking sweet. You know what I mean? It just really makes you go, wow. You know, and there's all those kinds of stories where, you know, J.J. Watt's tried to raise $20,000 and it was like 18 million now.
Right.
You know, anybody who's, cause people just, you know, they're just looking, what do I do? Maybe we'll end up having to raise something for flat if we could get them.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like to fucking go half kilo, but if it really starts to move in big, I know, look, send him Coke, because he knows how to fucking move it anyway. That won't be a problem.
At the very least, you can send him on one of those Costa Rican vacations he loves so much.
Hey, come on.
Come on.
Chris married one of those.
One of those.
Well, he says it's something like $100 for 3 days. They stay with you.
Oh my God.
They walk on your fucking back. They eat your ass out. They do everything.
Sounds great.
So maybe you ought to go down with him. Get a little fucking, you know.
No, I don't want to
get a little background.
I don't want to get Costa Rican prostitutes.
Then I'll just say Adam.
He'd do it for sure.
But
he's different than you.
I don't know whether you even know this, Vito, but your listenership spiked like fucking crazy with Chris gone.
Yeah, Adam is great. And if anybody wants to meet Adam, he's going to be in Red Hook on Saturday, September 9th, doing a bacon festival. So.
You ought to go.
I should
great,
go.
actually.
It sounds really fun.
Yeah. You like bacon, right?
Love bacon.
How you like that fucking chocolate I got you from France?
That was delicious. I just had a piece.
Yeah, some more. Don't act like you're fucking, you know what I mean? Don't just stare at it.
I'll have another piece.
Yeah.
So good.
Make Jenny some too.
I'll make her.
Vito went to Cleveland over the break.
Yeah, I had a really fancy trip in Cleveland, and I ran into some of our comedian friends were there.
Well, there's that festival was going on.
Yeah, I had no idea, so I get there, and then I see Amy Miller's in Cleveland, so I met up with her after one of the wedding parties one night, and I went to the Hilarities Comedy Club, and Ramon Rivas was really nice, brought me in, gave me a hat.
Wow. Brought you in and gave you a hat like you're a child.
I know.
He also gave me a set of wings when I got off the plane.
That's a good impression of the way Vito talks.
It was really cool though. Cleveland was nice. I didn't really get to see the city that much because of the wedding.
Yeah. Did you see the skyline?
Yeah,
that's plenty.
Yeah, that's enough.
I was surprised. It's like, I thought I was expecting like a regular city, but it just felt like a small town with like 4 buildings.
It's so insulting.
I know it is, but I know what he's talking about because this has happened to me. I'm like, how do they have a fucking football team and Jersey City doesn't? I mean, the Jersey City skyline is bigger than most skylines out there. The Long Island City skyline now is as big as Jacksonville. They should get the Jaguars in Long Island City.
It felt like one of those cities you just drive through in New York when you're like going upstate. Like when you pass like, I can't even think of the name of one. I was about to say Providence, but that's in Rhode Island.
You stupid bastard.
But he's really good talking about Big Brother.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Dude, are you going to listen to him and Adam?
I can't. It's like I'm cucking myself out if I listen.
Just do it.
Adam just tweeted right now. He's really excited we're talking about him.
Dude, he was fucking great. He was really entertaining. It was an entertaining show. I'm saying that as a person who's worked in this business for a long time. That fucking show was fun and entertaining. You guys were funny with each other. There wasn't just some guy grunting and...
I make plenty of good points.
And like, as a fan or
every
super
episode.
fan.
Every single episode.
You know, it was a great listen to hear 2 people who really know the game and give a fuck about the game.
The strategy talk was fascinating.
Yeah, I agree.
His point just about how like, if you think you're doing good, you're just going to keep doing exactly what you're doing.
I brought that up a little while ago.
Yeah.
That fucking blew my mind. And that's why, who were you talking about with that? Was it Matt and Rachel?
We were talking about Matt and Raven, yeah.
Right.
A Raven. And like, we were like, why are they 2 idiots? And he's like, they just thought, hey, Everything's going great. That's why Matt was so fucking freaked out. He's like, how did this fucking happen?
He went from 0 to 60 for the first time on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Does Jason think he's on the bubble this week, or do you think it's all Kevin?
They are convinced it's all Kevin this week.
And the plan
They're gonna
is
wake
still
up when this happens.
going strong. As of right now,
it looks like Jason will be going home because look at how many competitions. You can't keep a guy like that in the house when he's the only one winning competitions.
But he's also a dummy to put himself up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and his goddamn bitch has cucked him out this entire week. That evil Alex.
She is awful. And if you watch feeds, she's the
100%.
worst.
I think of everyone, she's getting the kindest edit on the show. And I don't even think she looks that great on the show. But if you don't watch the feeds, you don't know the true darkness of just how malicious she is.
Yeah.
I mean, her like getting into Kevin's kitchen, it's fucking brutal.
It's literally bullying, like they talk
ageism.
about. Yeah. Yeah, it is ageism.
Like, they're being really nasty.
Yeah.
And she was the one who led the whole, Cody, you're a shitty Marine. We don't believe that you fought.
Yeah, she's terrible. She's just terrible. You and Adam are right.
Ruthless.
Chris is clueless when it comes to that.
I haven't been able to watch the feed, so I was in Paris, France. Okay?
Yeah, but this seems like while you were over there enjoying yourself, we got to show that we can pitch now the way it sounds right to Sirius XM. Wow. Hopefully a 5-day-a-week show.
Me and Adam are down.
Dude, I would listen to this show.
I would too.
Big Brother's on 3 months out of the year.
Yeah, but during that 3 months.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be the guy, the co-host. Adam can call
Dude,
me.
I can't tell you how little you talk on this show.
No,
I want you to go back and listen.
If you listen, just listen to the most recent episode and you'll hear Adam just crush it. Like, he really has a passion for it. That's all. And that's cool. You have a passion for different things.
I will not be listening to that episode of that show.
He would have given you 3 strips of tofu for your performance.
Not sure what that means.
You should listen. You'll find out.
To the podcast. We actually talk about his ranking system.
So you had a lovely Cleveland trip and ran into a bunch of comedy friends.
Yeah, it was a fun town. It's a cool city. Get to see a lot, but from what I did see, it was a nice time.
It's a cool city. He says that he didn't do anything.
And I cry a lot at weddings, I found out.
What?
I'm a crier at weddings too.
I cried when I saw the groom come out with his mom. I cried, and then when the bride hugged me, I was in tears. I don't know why.
I cry when I get a wedding invitation.
That is true. Please don't make me go to this.
I'll go like this. Give me a price to get out of this. It's like almost like you put a gun in my head. But how do I get you to put the gun down? How much money?
You know, I did that once. It was a destination wedding that was very far away. And I was like, I'll give the money that I would have given if I got there. Then you're saving money on the plate. This is obviously going to be the best case scenario for both of us. And they were disgusted with us. Disgusted with us.
No,
and I was like, I thought this was
fucking love.
I thought this was the best case scenario.
Yeah,
we love you guys, but
anyone can be in love when you're just starting. It's the fucking easiest thing in the world.
You guys are so attractive and everything.
Yeah. Anyway, good that you're back, and congratulations, Vito. The show finally is where it sounds like it belongs to be.
I think we're on a good track right now.
Yeah. You and Adam definitely are.
Don't like this Adam thing at all.
You should meet him.
Chris, there could be another role for you.
What's that?
You just go home.
No, I'm doing the show this week. I will be doing Big Brothers.
I got to talk about it with
My
Adam.
face is on the graphic, all right? I'm going to take that out.
Guess
It
what?
looked like it took 5 minutes. Though.
Yeah, we can change that easy. This isn't the 1950s where we have to send it out.
My face is up on the billboard.
Why don't you just do a show with Gurian?
That actually would be great.
So where'd you jump around this week, Jeff?
It's
doesn't like
interesting that you would say that. Freddie Roma called me out of nowhere.
Do you have any stories involving you?
He wrote up street jokes, and most of it was him saying he didn't know that we wanted him to go up, and he didn't have a joke prepared. That was
the important stuff.
That was the whole story.
I guess that's what was really important.
Anytime that I'm at the stand and I see Jeffrey, I always just go, "Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Gurian," because I know it'll get a write-up.
Right.
And Ron was very cool to give me a shout-out. every head turned to see who the man he was pointing at. I couldn't believe it was me and my very, very beautiful date.
The last time I saw Jeffrey, he was saying that your father is very good to me, and he always gives me a nice shout out.
He loves a shout out.
He loves it.
Yeah, that
a very special thing, and not everybody would do something like that.
He's actually telling you to give him a shout out.
I guess that's what he's saying. Shout out to Jeffrey Gurian right now.
She's never had me on Gail Meets Girls, and I'd love to come. I'm very, very good at female comedy. And then Jeffrey, 2 weeks from now, is going to go like this. Did you know that there was a storm somewhere down south? Very bad storm.
Storm.
Like that fucking kid won't even look over here. I can't even remember his name. What is it again?
Jam band.
Okay, thanks. He won't even look at us. We got him the fucking gig. Yeah, there was a storm that was done, and they said it was windy for a couple of days. Does that make sense?
Did you hear about this?
Yeah. Because I was at Gotham, and they were raising some money for it. And then Jerry Seinfeld looked at me.
Did he acknowledge you, Jeffrey?
He looked at me.
Well, my general direction, that was the acknowledgement.
Oh, my God.
I went up to him and said that I knew Stumpy Morgenstein.
And you should have seen his face.
Yeah, he looked bored. And then I made him take 7 pictures with me. I wanted to get 8, but he pushed me.
Waist up?
Yeah, all waist up. All right, let's send Jen in, and let's see what she did. I'm going to guess back to the islands.
Has to be.
I'm sure she took some sort of island retreat.
Spa day every day.
Oh, is that what you think happened?
I'm thinking.
I think she was at the club.
Getting ball service.
Ball service?
Bottle.
Oh.
Bottle service.
I was like, that's not right.
It's a French thing.
Well, if she wants to jump around one night, just let her come with me.
I didn't do the club thing because I didn't want to go into the city.
Good,
so I stayed
smart.
out in Jersey, went to the beach.
Really? What beach?
I went to Belmar and Point
Oh,
Pleasant.
sweet.
Yeah.
Point Pleasant is the totally nude beach. Okay, good.
I was wondering if you were going to do like the West Indian parade that was in
No,
Brooklyn.
nobody wants to get shot.
Yeah. No, that's exactly
That was
Now,
yesterday.
are your people in the line of this hurricane? They're
in Orlando.
No, I meant your Trinidad people that your dad goes to see. Orlando's fine.
My people.
Orlando's in line.
She may her club sister.
I really don't know where Trinidad is on the map. I know it's out there at sea somewhere.
It's like to the right of South America.
Wow, I didn't know it was that close to South America.
Yeah.
They're
Wow.
fucking fine.
They have a lot of like.
By the way, I
Spanish
said
influence.
to the right and not to the east. To the right of it.
Go to South America and take a right. Now, why is Jeffrey doing that?
And not just going to South America.
Wow, that's weird because they're close to Venezuela, and Venezuela's like a fucking war zone right now.
Yeah. I mean, that looks swimmable. So close.
Dude, when I was watching Costa Rica beat our fucking soccer team, first of all, they're playing in Newark, right? So you know they got that English guy who does the stuff? Mm-hmm. And he kept saying, here we are, the city that never sleeps. You know, like,
No.
and he called it the Big Apple. But then he actually said the beautiful island nation of Costa Rica.
Did he really?
Yeah, he
It's
did.
easy to fuck
Oh
that
my
up.
God. Did
It's
someone
easy
correct?
to fuck it up. No one correct them. They're soccer heads.
Oh my
They would
God.
only correct him if he fucking said that something should have got a yellow card.
The island nation.
What else is that? Oh, this was very, very funny. Your governor fucking ripping Ted Cruz because Ted Cruz did not vote for Jersey getting.
Yes.
And then he told him years ago, he goes, you're going to fucking need money one day. And New Jersey is going to vote yes to give you money, just so you know. And now he is. And, you know, Cruz is like, it's a totally different situation. He's like, no, it isn't. It's the same situation. It's a fucking hurricane. He's like, some people try to stay in the news. That's all he's about, trying to stay in the news.
He's a newsie.
Yeah. Vito, you fucking cry in public like that, though, huh?
No, it wasn't like yeah, I do.
How close were you to these people?
I helped them meet. So, like, we used to go to Mets games all together, and then when the groom moved to the city, he became one of my best friends.
Uh-huh.
And then I invited him to a Mets game with the bride that I used to go to games with. They met at the game.
Did you try to hook them up together, or was it just...
It just happened at the game.
So there's no reason for you to feel good about anything.
Yeah, you didn't, like, matchmaker.
I helped after. He kept asking me, tell me more about her. And, like, tell me more. Like, what about this?
Anybody would do that.
Yeah,
though.
come on.
You got to have an eye for it. Like, I know who'd be perfect for Jen.
I didn't do that.
Jeffrey.
I was
Oddly, I haven't dated a white girl since the 50s. I always like when Jeffrey tells that story about meeting Jimi Hendrix in a club before Hendrix was famous.
Yeah.
How old are you then, Jeffrey? $1 million? I remember the night Lindbergh landed. I was at Gotham.
I was his dentist.
Please don't bring up dentist. I don't like people to, know all the parts of my life. He doesn't like when someone says, you're the dentist. Because somebody, I forget who, like Alan King or somebody used to call him the funny dentist because he wrote jokes. That was the wit back then. Look at him, he's the funny dentist. Did somebody order a crown? What's he doing on the dais? Slappy White said something so interesting to me one night. Bum, bum, bum. Want a break, Chris?
Yeah.
All right, let's break. We'll catch up more when we get back. And it's great to be back. This is Bennington.
Bennington, Raw Dog Comedy, Sirius XM 99.
Fantasy football fans, the wait is finally over. NFL season starts this week. Football is back, which means FanDuel is back. FanDuel, fantasy football for everyday fans. New contests starting every week. No busted seasons. Something for everyone. Lots of contests to choose from starting at just $1. Just pick a contest, choose your team, and watch your score in real time.
So, Chris, you're familiar with this product, right? You play this. Yeah. Is this just fantasy football, or could I go in and put a bet down on the Giants?
Just fantasy.
So I got to go through each player.
You have to make up your own lineup for that week.
Okay, and that week is all I have to keep that lineup.
Yeah, just that 1 week.
I don't have to win out the whole season and win money.
No, just 1 week, one lineup.
All right, we're going to do this as a show every week.
Nice.
I love it. Yeah.
So, Chris, you're going to be in charge of us.
Got it.
Over 2.5 million players have won a cash prize playing fantasy sports on FanDuel. Sign up today. Go to FanDuel.com. Click the Join Now button and use the promo code Bennington. That's the promo code Bennington at FanDuel.com. Try FanDuel for free with no deposit required. Visit FanDuel.com to claim your free contest and play for a share of $10,000 this week.
Just sign up using promo code Bennington. Sign up now and try FanDuel for free with no deposit required and claim your free contest. That's FanDuel.com, promo code Bennington. Void where prohibited.
Hey, it's the Bennington Show back to start off a long September. I can't believe it's September already. And everybody basking in the gifts that Chris Stanley, fresh from France's duty-free shop.
No, that is from Giverny.
And the wine, Chris? And the wine?
And the wine, Chris?
Duty-free.
Yeah.
Oh, you piece of shit.
But I drank a bottle like that in Paris, so.
Yeah, right.
Enjoy.
I
It's
am going to
duty-free. Enjoy it.
I'm literally dripping with honey right now.
What are other things that you put on it? Tea? Where else could it go?
If you like, you could put it on a toast or a baguette. On yogurt.
And the bread was amazing. Huh?
Every piece of bread I had was fucking amazing. It doesn't matter where I bought it from. All the bread was good.
Now, when we went away, we left all fresh stuff with Perfect Song. Heard a lot of great things back. And we've got some prizes for those first responders. So let's go day by day. Let's take it Chris, Gail.
Okay.
And announce what we're giving away and who won it.
The winner of Surfer Rosa, signed by the Pixies. That was from Monday's show, the Tom Sharpley and Chris Gethard Perfect Song. The winner is at Black Ted 13. I love at Bennington Show, hashtag Perfect Song. Chris Gethard doing punk rock girl karaoke can really rock the house if you're in the right bar.
Yeah, way to go, Black Ted.
Signed Pixies, that's amazing.
That is awesome. All right, the next day, Perfect Song was with Sam Morril and Joe Mackey, and the winner of the Spin Doctors Pocket Full of Kryptonite signed is at Kingston Pete. Great interview with two of my favorite members of the Spin Doctors, at Sam Morril and at Joe Mackey. Huge fan, hashtag Perfect Song.
Yay.
All right, Kingston Pete. Way to go, Pete.
Forget Sam Morril now. He's with Joe Mackey, and they are Sam and Joe now. That is Joe Mackey.
I had that song stuck in my head for 3
I know,
goddamn days.
it's true.
I would wake up just singing it. In my head, like, why can't? And then I had to listen to the song over and over again. It didn't help.
You know what's in my fucking head now is Junkie Girl.
All right, the winner of the Aerosmith Music from Another Dimension, signed by the entire band. That was the Bridget Everett, Dan Finnerty from the Dan Band Perfect Song. That's at Richie DePauli, at Bennington Show. I loved hashtag Perfect Song. More today. I loved it more than ever. What do I got to do to get more at Bridget Everett in my ear?
Yeah.
Oh, kind of tied in with her song.
I fucking need you more than ever.
Come on.
All right, and then the last day we had Mateo Lane. So this is for the signed Rufus Wainwright Prima Donna, and that goes to Raul Nola Wannabe at ANY Deadhead. I loved it too. Perhaps the best of the 4 hashtag Perfect Song hours. Hoping for more comedians talking music. Great stuff.
He was so funny. And that was like a fun day because it was late 90s pop.
Yes.
And to see how much Mateo liked it. And then he told that hilarious Lisa Traeger line where she came running home from school to see TRL, and she was locked out, and as a little girl punched the window out.
Cutting her head and smashing because she refused to miss TRL. It's the funniest shit ever.
It's so fucking funny. But you forget how crazy you are about something like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you're a little
crazy
kid.
about music. Like, crazy about music. Like, the kind of way, like, if somebody tells me that they like a band now, or even a genre of music that I'm not a fan of, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. All right. Great. Yeah, I don't really listen to them. But when you're a kid, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right now, everyone is talking about the Spin Doctors. They are spinning the planet the other direction. I don't wonder what it's like if you are the Spin Doctors, you release an album, everyone goes that batshit crazy for. And then, like, after that, they're like, yeah, we're fine.
We're on to something new.
Yeah. You're like, what? We're the Spin Doctors, motherfuckers.
Yeah, 2 Princes. We loved it.
They had another hit, so I can't remember what it was.
Little Miss Can't Be Wrong.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Little Miss. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Chris. That's still big in France.
They love it over there.
Oh, God, he never stops with France.
I miss it so.
So it looks like you were asking, that'll be like this weekend, but South Florida, that thing could tip the end of South Florida and go back in the Gulf. No one is even bringing that up.
Yeah.
And they're acting like, oh, maybe it'll just hit Pensacola. Or maybe it'll just go up and hit New Orleans. Like, they don't want it to go in the Gulf.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's really rough.
If I lived over there, I would just drive into it like the movie Perfect Storm. Fuck yeah! A wall of water, motherfucker! That was the fucking craziest thing. All those families sued Perfect Storm.
Did they?
Because they were like, our family wasn't trying to kill themselves. They were trying to fucking live. They had the captain swimming back in the ship to drown with it. No one cared. Look, this isn't the 1800s where anyone's embarrassed that their ship sunk. You know what I mean?
How will I live with myself?
Yeah.
I'll be stoned in the streets when I return.
We don't have any of that shit that goes down. Now, we were talking about the song of the summer this year. I had never once heard it.
Yes.
And I looked at it on YouTube, and there was like 162 million downloads, which could be the same 15 kids just hitting it every day over the summer. But what's the name of it? Macarena 2?
Despacito.
Right.
Which,
Play a little Despacito first, Chris, before we get into this.
Now, this is a song where, when I first heard that it was the song of the summer, I'm like, I don't know. Then it kind of grew on me. I'm at a wedding last week.
Yeah.
Despacito comes on, and it was like mayhem on the dance floor. And these aren't even people who normally like pop music. Right. People of all ages just like going crazy to Despacito.
It just sounds like every other Spanish song to me. This song sounds like when Jen's dad's dropping her off at work.
But the reaction at this wedding was literally like, it's fucking Despacito. Like everyone hit the dance floor.
But this sounds like it could have came out in 1958.
I don't know what it is, but it's just Despacito's really working for everyone right now. They fucking love Despacito.
Do you love it, Vito?
I'm a really big fan of Despacito.
Jen?
Yeah, I like it a lot because it's like a reggae mix to it. So I like most like reggaeton songs.
But not pure reggae. You're like a little reggae in it.
She needs a little tone, like in her reggae.
I'm going to introduce you to a band called The Police.
You'll love it.
And then the Men Down Under.
She's like, this doesn't sound like Jean Paul. And shit got real sexy real fast, too. People were like peeling clothes off, and they were like loving it.
This is people that would love to tango, but they're not going to learn the steps. So they're like, let's just grind to this song. All right. Now, Chris has something. This is up on the iBang. And what is the name of it, Chris?
Every song of the summer since 1958.
Now, how do they know? Because were we even picking the song of the summer in 1958?
Yeah.
No, but they looked at the Billboard charts during the summer, and this was the #1 song during that.
The biggest run during the summer. Because that's not necessarily the song of the summer. I mean, that's how you could fix it. But this isn't saying the biggest selling song of the summer.
Right.
This is the song that captures the summer.
I agree.
And the agreement is Despacito.
Despacito is what 2017 feels like.
Yeah, we don't need to look at the fucking charts to know this is the fucking summer of Despacito. Because I think the song of the summer should also have a summer song.
Yes, or like even if exactly. Even if it's not about summer, it's got to feel hot.
You're driving to the beach, the song comes on, you crank it up, and everyone's singing along. That should be your song of summer.
I think if you can't imagine it blasting out of a car, like with the windows down, it's hot out, then it can't really be a song of the summer.
I also like the idea of you can't imagine it coming out in December and people listening to it.
Like, a winter Despacito?
No, because we do need the movie of the summer and the song of the summer. And this summer, the agreement was that it was Wonder Girl or whatever her name is.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
As an agreement, right?
Yeah. That's the
I haven't seen it.
I have not seen it either.
Neither have I.
Oh, man, I saw a fucking movie yesterday. It came out a while ago. It's Michael... Crazy Empire, Boardwalk Empire guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's called Midnight Special.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Fucking scared the shit out of me.
Really scary?
Yeah. Then I was like, oh, am I going to like this by the end? You know, is it going to have an ending that I didn't like? I wasn't crazy about the ending, but I was like, fucking thing did have me tense. There was also a little kid in jeopardy. That'll do it for me. If a movie is called This Little Kid's in Trouble, I'm going to be at the edge of my fucking seat.
What's going to happen to that kid?
Yeah.
Kid's all right? Kid got out okay, huh?
Dude, this is something that they didn't used to do during the Houston storm. The amount of dogs that they showed. Like these dogs. These dogs. I'm like, there's people.
I know.
And I know that we all like Despacito dogs. All right, 844 Rock God. If you want to get in on this, 844 Rock God. This is going to be the game. And Vito, I need you to listen. I need Jen to listen. Blast it in your room. We're going to play. This thing is, how long is it?
4 minutes long.
All right, over the next 4 minutes, you're going to hear every song of the summer going back to 1958. And what I thought we could do is we pick the all-time champion song of the summer. If you even want to just mark some down.
Yes.
Why it's happening, to like, oh, that might be song of the summer for me. You even feel like you have one right now? Because I don't.
No, and I remember last year they said some song called Cheerleader was the song of the summer, but I didn't realize, I hadn't heard it until they said it was the song of the summer.
Did you give it away, man? We were all going to be fucking dancing and singing to Cheerleader.
I love Cheerleader.
This ain't fucking France.
This is like
we yell spoiler alert.
This is a stroll down memory lane for us.
Just wish it was France, though.
Oh,
I'd be having a baguette right now, Chardonnay. Maybe some escargot. I don't know. Have it 3 times a day. Doesn't matter.
Were you eating it that much?
There was one day I had it 3 times. Lunch,
I don't know.
Dinner, and then shit's open late. Might as well get some more escargot.
How much mercury is in this?
I got news for you. I don't think I'd ever get tired of eating escargot.
No,
it's too good.
Because
you
here's
got a
the thing.
great baguette with each one, right? You're dipping it.
Oh, I'm sopping. I'm sopping that juice up.
Because here's the thing. It's garlicky. It's buttery. And then it's like that, almost like whatever that meat is. It's like mushroom, but meaty. It's the fucking best.
All right, Gail, look at this thing of Irma. They're acting like you could hit Florida and then roll right up into your relatives.
Yeah, that is pretty sketchy the way that one looks there.
But you don't know.
And that looks like, what? That's saying Friday to Saturday, kind of in that zone.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, maybe.
Bad
even.
weekend. But this thing could end up, before you know it, could go up and hit Maine. Believe me. I've seen these things pop all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm the last person to put wood on those fucking windows. All right, 844-ROCK-GOD if you want to get involved in this. Just, and I haven't heard this yet, but I love the idea of picking a champion. Let's go, Chris. Holy shit.
My God.
Wow.
Holy shit, this might be too difficult. I wrote down almost every fucking song.
The list is full.
Yeah.
I started to just write down what I thought was the best of a decade, so I could start to narrow down in my mind. If I'm like, okay, I know that's the best one of the 90s, or I know that's the best one of the 70s.
Right.
And then maybe I can get to my perfect ultimate summer song.
Here's what's funny. There's a couple decades like they all stink. You know what I mean? Like the 80s was not, what everybody loves their pop thing wasn't as strong as maybe even today as having that song.
I agree.
That represents. Because you're looking at like Papa Don't Preach compared to all the other Madonna songs.
Well, that's why, I don't know about that one because there's so many better Madonna pop songs.
Right.
How is that the only Madonna song that made a song of the summer?
All right, so 844-ROCK-GOD if you want to pick the champion of the summer with us. The all-time summer song. Vito, just give us a couple that are in your head right now.
Well, Blurred Lines, just because of the opening, everybody get up.
It wasn't the best song that summer, though. There was a song that was fucking better.
That's true. But that was the popular one, but I agree. It wouldn't have been my choice as the song
and then
of the
it
summer.
got sued.
Yeah.
But when I think of that summer, I remember every bar I was at, that being the song everybody was dancing to.
It's true. But what was the song with the robots?
Daft Punk, that was
Get Lucky.
Get Lucky.
I thought that was the funner one.
It was awesome.
That song is such a when I heard that I was like, well, this is going to be the breakout song. That's I thought that was going to be what's it, fucking Shake It Like a Polaroid Picture. I was like, okay, that's going to be that level.
It came out too early. That was the problem. It came out in May or something.
Ryan in Denver. Ryan, what do you got?
Hey, Ronnie B, hold on, I got to put on this roast beef.
Oh, I'm starving.
I think it was a great mix, by the way. I give props to whoever did it. The best has got to be Satisfaction. It's just.
This is the amazing thing about the 60s, because I went and jotted this down. Satisfaction, Wild Thing, and Light My Fire were 3 fucking years in a row.
I know.
All of those could win this.
Yeah.
And it's
all of those could win.
Because all 3 of those big rock songs, as opposed to what you would normally think of, 80s, 90s, aughts, and teens, mostly pop songs.
Yes.
Predominantly
Ronnie,
pop songs.
But it's got to be upbeat. There was a TLC Waterfalls. It's got to stay upbeat. I tossed those out right away.
Yeah, but I
don't know.
Love Waterfalls.
I have that on my list. I went
Don't
through
go chasing them, Chris.
by the aughts.
Yeah.
And I have Waterfalls winning the 90s to me. I think that is, because took me back to that summer.
Right.
And I could hear it like pumping out of cars and everybody was singing it and everyone knew the lyrics.
Now, here's what's weird. The Elton John Kiki D, right? That was a big hit. But if you think of Kiki D, it's that Love Will Keep Us Together. Or, no, who did, that was the same summer that Love Will Keep Us Together came out. Much bigger pop song.
Right.
Much fucking bigger pop song. So I don't know if I even agree with this list. All right, let's go over to Jen and 844 Rock God. If you want to be part of this, 844 Rock God, we've got to pick the definitive song of the summer. And make sure you get a hold of Hard Rock Johnny because, you know, between Johnny and Earl, I mean, Earl saved the company, but Johnny's the guy who brought Earl in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So, I mean, somebody had to hire Belichick, you know? That dude should get more fucking credit.
He's Kraft.
All right, what do you got, Jen?
So I agreed with like the Drake One Dance that they played.
So that's One Dance, One Dance. That's the Drake song, which was, what, a year ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think it came out 2013.
Not even the catchiest Drake, though.
I agree. Not the catchiest
That's always
Drake.
a problem.
But it's that reggae. I think like a lot of pop artists now are making a lot of reggae beats. That's, you know, I think Despacito is kind of like the prime of it all.
I thought that was Hispanic. I don't even hear reggae.
reggae, you know, Caribbean influence, yeah.
All right. Chris Stanley, where are you leaning?
Well, the Hot in Her was just so goddamn popular.
It's so fucking true.
It was so popular.
Because that's not even my kind of music, and I was like, give me a little. And I'd be in my car. If it came on, I didn't turn it off.
And then the incredibly sad I'll Be Missing You about Dead Biggie. I remember that song being so fucking popular.
Now, Every Breath You Take was earlier.
I know.
Yeah.
That's kind of like double credit for that one.
It's 100% double credit. You take fucking Missing You? Doesn't even make sense.
I remember Hot in Here was made fun. Jimmy Fallon, when he hosted the VMAs, made fun of it with the Band-Aid. And I feel like whatever the song of the summer is gets like a big spot at the VMAs because
where they spoof it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's in late August. So it's like right when everybody's talking about it.
Did anybody hear anything in the 80s they cared about?
Jesse's Girl?
Agreed.
Jesse's Girl.
Jesse's Girl is a great fucking pop song.
Yeah.
I had some problems like with the same thing you said with Madonna. Prince was Dove's Cry, and I thought, God, there's so many other Prince songs that are like, that you would think are lighter, upbeat, more fun, but you can't deny that would be like the most popular. That was the issue. I mean, even like, I love Shout, but I was like, by Tears for Fears, but I don't know if it makes me feel so summery.
It's also not even my favorite, Tears for Fears. No.
I mean, they're all my favorite.
I don't know where I'm going to go here. I could go to Satisfaction, Wild Thing, or Light My Fire. I mean, Light My Fire is that's the summer of love. And that was the fucking summer song. You know what I mean?
Right.
I will say this, though, and Randy Newman, actually, I believe, said one time, Genie in a Bottle would have been a fucking hit no matter when it played in the history of the United States.
100%. Genie in a Bottle, that song I remember coming out, and like, you know when you're at like that age where you're just like, I don't like the popular stuff or whatever, that's how I was, and Genie in a Bottle came on, I was like, I fucking love this song.
So catchy.
Yeah, it is.
I don't feel so cool right now, but I love this song.
Jeff in Florida.
Yeah, just heading down here to the hurricane. But anyway, in 1979, when I graduated, it was Sister Sledge, We Are Family. Well, you could not turn on a radio that it wasn't
Can you see what they gave for 1979? Because that's not on our list, right?
I think that 1979 was maybe Bad Girls, Donna Summer.
All right, so here's the thing. Yeah. We Are Family is poison for me. Because of the fucking Pittsburgh Pirates and fucking dancing on the dugout, and my fucking felt like they were dancing on my own young fucking grave, as well as the disgrace to baseball. We don't dance. A lot of people were upset about that at the time because baseball was a traditional game,
right?
And this thing got way black way fast. But Bad Girls, go ahead and play a little bit of that.
I love Bad Girls.
You know why, right? Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
It's very fucking smart to throw a beep, beep in your song. And Donna Summer was amazingly big. This is a sweaty song.
Yeah.
Some of these songs aren't sweaty.
Yeah.
This one is a sweaty club song.
This is like the 70s version of Hot and Her. Like,
Yeah.
Is...
David in Tennessee.
Hey, Ronnie. I must have officially got old in 2013 because I haven't heard of any of them since.
That's funny.
I think Andy Gibb had 2 in a row.
2 in a row, the only person to do that. And, of course, the Gibb family showed up again, so their family has had, 3 of the songs of the summer, which is remarkable.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, Andy Gibb went back to back. What was his, Chris?
It was Shadow Dancing.
And I Want to Be Your Everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy just...
that Shadow Dancing was huge. Every girl I knew at that time was in love with him.
Yeah, that was Andy Gibb was the pop singer for 13-year-old girls. And then he broke up with the lady from Dallas and never got his fucking head back on. I know a guy that was on this show called Solid Gold. He was the comic. Andy Gibb would be hosting it. He said he would just fucking show up. And Andy Gibb would be fucking crying every day in his fucking green room. He just, and the guy said to him, he goes, I told him, every fucking young fucking chick out there likes you. You like this old lady from Dallas? Here's Chris in New Orleans. Chris.
Hey, Ron, I think there was one on there that wasn't on there that should have actually won it, In the Summertime by Mungo Jerry. I think that's a 1970 song.
Yeah, I get that it's about summer, and I get that people played it a lot since then, but it has to be of it. You have to win the year.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And part of that is, for better or for worse, a general consensus that everybody enjoys it. That's kind of what it makes. Because there are songs on here that you're like, that might be a better song than one of these other ones.
Sure.
But it's not everybody's on board with it.
I mean, this is a great summer song.
It's great. This is like my kind of summer, too.
It's got that reggae sound that I like. Daddy's bold, just do what you feel. He's basically acting like you can rape poor girls.
Yeah.
Look who it is, a man we haven't talked to in forever, Hard Rock Johnny. Yeah.
Bennington.
Yeah.
How was your vacation?
Yeah, we all went crabbing, Johnny.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, no more crabbing. That's it. Summer's over.
You're done. You won't even go down for a warm September, huh?
Do you
No, we'll probably go down sometime in September, a couple times in October, because we got to look at getting some work done on the house, so we'll get to meet in October.
But that's just you guys screaming at each other. It's not the fun summer feel.
Yeah.
You know? You're like, you spent too much money this summer.
You fuck.
I wish I never met you. Johnny, what's your song of the summer?
Well, after listening to that amazing thing, I have a top 5 I'd like to give. If that's okay.
Good.
Oh, cool.
Give me 5.
We're going to go from 5 to 1. We're going to go Call Me Maybe.
That's
Umbrella.
Huge. Yes, love
Blurred
it.
Lines. Hot and Her. I'd love to say that Volare is my number 1 only because I think of that scene. Well, but only because of the scene where New Bomb Turk sings it in Hollywood Nights. But the number 1, and I think it is circumstantial, but it's a great song, the first single by Beyonce in her career, Crazy in Love.
Now, I love that all of yours are very modern. You had all very modern picks.
You know why, right? He has no idea what happened in the past.
That's not true. I think Wild Thing was the best for the 60s.
But
Eye of the Tiger for the 80s only because I like Hulk Hogan.
Hogan quit drinking. He put out a tweet letting everyone know
Good.
his fucking
Good for him.
drinking and dicking days are over.
Oh, no, not
even dicking around.
Don't give up the dicking.
Stop the dick. You keep dicking, Hulkster.
Here's the thing, too, about when you quit drinking. There's always an end date. It's up to you when you pick.
Yeah.
But, you don't sit around getting fucking hammered at 90.
Right.
You might have a little bit of wine, but you're not really partying.
You can't. You just can't.
I also think that the 90s, The Boy Is Mine.
Yeah, that was a huge one. And like, still comes up all the time at parties. Like, but girls still want to do, like, the duet of The Boy Is Mine.
So, yours was Crazy in Love, though, right?
Yeah, Crazy in Love, and I think part of it is that was her first.
That was massive.
On her
so
first
huge,
album.
and it's still such
the biggest.
great.
It's still probably her number one. You know, if you went to go see her.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's my vote.
And I will also say, when I went through and I was picking of each decade, for the teen years, I picked Call Me Maybe as well as my favorite
Call Me Maybe was
the
fucking
teens.
gigantic. I remember there was so many viral videos of people just fucking lip syncing that song.
Yeah.
Because they were in a school band or a fucking baseball team.
Now, if you listen to this song, obviously the production sounds very modern.
Yeah.
But if you take this as a song, 90s, 80s, like this could be a pop song anytime.
Wasn't she just in here the other day, Vito?
Yeah, she was here like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. She's fucking adorable.
She's so cute. It's the best song. It's so good.
She was Pinky on Fox's Grease Live.
No.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I lasted 5 minutes into that. That fucking watch her play on TV should be great, but it ain't. It just gets worse and worse. I don't remember what the first one was, but it was really a ball.
Sound of Music.
No.
Then it wasn't the first for me.
Can't be.
That was the one on NBC a few years ago.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one. All right, what was the one after that?
Rocky Horror?
No, that was
terrible.
live, dude. Come on.
That was fucking terrible. Yeah, we're going to do live. This isn't France, where we just fucking tape
Oh, my
stuff.
God.
Was.
Oh, good.
Call me Frenchie. That's his favorite character in anything, Frenchie.
What about the Tyler Perry one? About it was like a musical about Jesus.
In
New Orleans.
Yeah,
that was insanity watching that fucking thing.
I felt like I was drunk that night.
Yeah.
I had to go to a meeting after. All right, let's let some of these people jump in. Angel, what do you got?
Yeah, you know what? Ever since the song came out, it's been my summer song every year. Fresh Prince, Summertime.
I get what you're saying, but that isn't the game. Owen, what do you got?
72 Summer Breeze by Seals and Croft.
I see where you're coming, but no, that's it. Not the game. Kyle, what's happening?
Hey, guys. Gail, you might be the only person who agrees with me on this. Summer of 1999, Blink-182's What's My Age Again was the song of the summer.
That was a huge song that summer.
So this is kind of the complaint, is that they're not willing to give these people year by year. Now, just like when you're playing fucking football, you got to win your division before you move into the playoffs.
Exactly, yeah.
They didn't win 1999.
Genie
what
in a
did,
bottle.
Chris?
Genie in a bottle.
Yeah.
Genie in a Bottle,
Right.
more mass appeal. Look, I could turn around and say Comfortably Numb is better than all these songs. But that doesn't make it the all-time song of the summer. James, what's up?
Yeah, Ronnie, I'm going to go Light My Fire. It's because it's a great accident. It wasn't even supposed to be on the radio. They cut the back half of that thing off, and within just a couple of years, Jose Feliciano recut it and had a hit with it again. It was so huge.
All right, now, imagine this. No one's ever heard of this band before. And this song comes out, like I said, during the Summer of Love, and has been played multiple times every day since.
Right.
50 fucking years.
It's crazy.
Now you ask yourself, are they still going to be playing Call Me Maybe 40 years from now? It's hard to imagine that. But Light My Fire, which again, not anywhere near my favorite Doors song, but when in that movie, when they come back in and the Ray Manzarek character goes, hey, I think I got the opening, and he just starts into that, and there's fucking chills.
I know.
That may be why the movie.
And I like this one as a song of the summer because, like, some of these are different. Like, some of them make you think of, like, a party.
Right.
But this makes you think of, like, driving on the beach or something.
Right.
Like, lazy beach summer.
Chris, did we do our picks with you yet?
I brought Hot in Her, and I can't.
That's your number one?
That's my number one, and I can't believe in the year 2525 made it. This is
You know
song
what?
of the
You
summer.
just made it for me. I'm picking the only sci-fi fucking hit of all time. And I just turned Chris on to the song this year.
Me and Chris had never heard it.
You had never heard it either?
No, you played it for us, and that was the first time that both of us had ever heard it. And by the end of the song, we were screaming the lyrics and jumping up and down.
Here's what's great about this song, too. I think this is it for them. You know what I mean? I think they had the only sci-fi #1 hit of all time.
It's so good.
They have the dumbest name, Zager and Evans. They're not even acting like they're going to be a band. No.
And the fact that, like, what you just said about Light My Fire is the exact opposite of the year 2525. And me and Chris, who know a decent amount about older music, are both going, what the hell is this?
This can't be real. And it was the song of the summer.
It was huge.
This song is so insane. Now, here's the thing.
So poignant now, though.
I mean, 69, just think of the fucking music that came out. The band was out that year. Fucking Hendrix, Janis Joplin, the Stones, the Beatles.
This is what the fuck was most popular.
But the Beatles weren't on Song of the Summer.
No, not once.
The Stones only had one Song of the Summer. Also, do you kind of feel like it's cheating if it was a movie song? We only had a couple.
Yeah, there were a couple tied into movies.
You're the #1. Like, the year Grease came out, those songs got played constantly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And why wouldn't they? You know?
Well, I know the movie that goes along with this. I can imagine all the characters in my head.
That's fucking hilarious. A wow thing. I mean, to this fucking day, no one's written a better punk rock fucking song.
Now, I want to bring up another one that nobody else said, but I think that just in the way that, like, all of these have different feelings, a different type of summer, I think the Supremes' "Where Did Our Love Go" is probably the best, like one of the best songs on this list as an actual song.
Yeah.
But to me, that's like Brooklyn in the summer and hot and like you're in the city. It's perfect.
You know, you make a good point. All those Motown songs that show up in Vietnam movies, they seem like they're all summer songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you don't think about Motown in the winter. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell no.
It seems like you should be fucking block partying on every one of those songs. I'll tell you something else. Johnny brought up all the fucking newer songs. You couldn't go anywhere in New York without that "Tonight's Gonna Be a Fucking Good Night" being fucking played. I mean, sick. Every night in the park, and fucking people were going crazy. Smart always had some kind of a woo in there. Jonathan and Charlotte.
Hey, Billy Idol, "Cradle of Love," 1990.
Now, that fucking song is amazing. What won for 1990, though, Chris?
Let's see. 90 was Mariah Carey, "Vision of Love."
Now, "Vision of Love," one of my favorite songs of all time, but not a summer song.
Yeah, it isn't so summer feeling.
All right, let's get down to what we consider. Everybody gets to pick their own, and then we've got to go between that 5. I'm going to just, because no one else is going to do it, I see that you're all newbies, I'm just going to fucking steal "Light My Fire," 1967. Chris?
"Hot in Her," Nelly.
Vito?
"Call Me Maybe."
Gail?
I'm going with the 1995 classic, "Waterfalls," TLC.
I fucking love that song. Jen, what do you got?
I'm going to stick with my Drake "One Dance."
Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do. Everybody votes on a piece of paper.
All right.
Bring your guys in. You can't vote for your own now.
Okay.
All right, so go through it one more time. We've got "Hot in Her,"
Waterfalls,
"Light My Fire,"
Drake.
I get cups, but there's no pens in the cups.
And "Call Me Maybe."
Who did that?
Vito.
That was Vito's call.
That's cute, Vito.
Vito loves a good pop song. All right. This is tough.
Yeah.
This is
Vito or Jen, run your 2 in. I'm going to be the person who reads off because
This is tough. Here's my vote, Ron.
Thanks for taking a giant.
Here's full sheet of paper.
Everyone else ripped and folded nicely.
I have a tiny notebook with a tiny piece of paper, but I chose to.
Here comes the last 2 votes being run in. All right.
For some reason, I hope Drake wins.
All right. We have Light My Fire.
Oh.
Light My Fire. Light My Fire.
What?
Light My Fire.
It's a clean sweep of Light My Fires?
That can't be true. Somebody wasn't allowed to vote for Light My Fire. I know that much.
All right, there's 2 Light My Fires.
Okay.
Right. 2, I want to make Daddy happy. Waterfalls.
Waterfall.
Call Me Maybe. And Hot in Her. Light My Fire wins. I know Chris did because he wants me to like him. Were you the other?
I was. Yeah.
That room is on my shit list, Vito.
No. Good.
Not like the good boy and girl, right? They're the bad boy and girl.
The bad boy and
They're
girl.
bad. You get good boy points in here.
I am happy, though, to see that my Waterfalls did get 1 vote, and I appreciate whoever you are. I appreciate you.
That was me.
Yay!
You know I love that song.
It's so good.
And it's true, ever since I heard that song, I haven't chased a single fucking waterfall.
That's good. The song's doing its job.
I used to just run for hours after it.
No, Ron! Get away!
Chasing a waterfall doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. I don't think...
It's stationary.
Yeah.
I mean, the
you can ride over the waterfall,
Right.
but and that is
Don't
good advice.
ride over
Through a
water.
waterfall, you'll crack your head, your jaw, and your lungs will puncture. Or Left Eye.
I know. My girl.
Yeah, she was
My
the best.
favorite. When I was a kid, me and my neighbors used to play TLC, and I was always Left Eye. I
That's
wouldn't
'cause
even fuck with the idea of being anyone else.
Because you would burn up guys' fucking sneakers in the bathtub.
True. I mean, come on. This is a perfect summer song.
I like them because they had hits and went fucking broke.
Yeah. They sat there and like, look, let me explain to you how this can happen.
Yeah.
It fucking happens, dude.
The Bennington Show, back to school. Going over all the stuff that happened during that last week of August. You can't even catch up with the news anymore. It's so fucking fast and furious.
Yeah. If you even drop out for half a day, you're like, forget it. I'll just pick it up tomorrow.
By the way, just when we're all exhausted from this hurricane that hit Texas, Flats said to me that Irma is now the biggest, most powerful hurricane ever in the Atlantic Basin. So as this thing's coming in, it normally doesn't ramp up this size. So you really got to worry about places like Puerto Rico and Haiti and the Dominican Republic who don't have the kind of infrastructure or abilities to get out of town.
Exactly.
Where are you going to fucking go if you live on an island?
That is so scary. I can't believe this is happening right after this other huge hurricane. I mean, it's really terrifying.
Well, it always seems to me the last week of August, then September, maybe the first week of October. But they say that September 10th is the peak time for a hurricane. I think it's that Labor Day week, though. I mean, most of the big ones of my lifetime have been during that week. But a lot of times you get ones that come up and they're not a big deal. This year we just had, 2 home run hitters right off the bat.
Yeah, it's super scary. And now where will Florida go from? Are they going to do official evacuation for South Florida? Will they wait it out until
Flat says he's not leaving.
He's not leaving.
Under any circumstances, no. He's, going to old man in the sea this thing, thank God.
He's going to be like one of those puppy dogs on driftwood.
I'm already going to ship some honey down there and some chocolate bark.
This is just one pot of honey. I mean, what is this guy thinking?
Enjoy yourselves. It's from France. Very cheap from what I
Do you think
understand.
they need Pinot Noir?
What?
Yeah.
Don't give everything away.
I'm going to do that and probably some old live reads. Because all their live reads are washed out.
Here, learn about FanDuel. This will help.
But just feels like we can't just keep having bad news. Here's what, right now we're turning around, we're acting like bad things are actually good. When I saw the reviews of the Mayweather-McGregor fight, which I had no plans to buy because I thought it was carny. But then I'm like, oh, I'll just check round by round on Twitter, right? I'm already up. They start putting feeds up right on Twitter. And I hit it. Oh, boy, if it would fall down. I go, okay. I'll just get, people tell me who won what round. Then somebody put one up that linked to their Periscope. I watched the rest of the night like a pirate.
Whoa!
I've never stole anything off the internet before, but it was Periscope, not the deep dark web that fucking Chris goes to.
Yeah, you just got to stream that.
Chris, did you buy it?
Did you buy it?
I was at a house that someone had bought it. I didn't pay for it.
Right.
I thought it was terrible. I thought Mayweather went out there, fought a totally different fight than he would ever fight, so people couldn't get mad at him. He let himself get punched in the arms.
Yeah.
So people could act like this is happening. But just seeing McGregor's jab, the way he was, just had his hand out there.
It was really ugly. I mean, I guess you can't really judge because this isn't what he does. But immediately you just went, oh God, people who are great at this sport move so beautifully. And
I actually said this and I tweeted it and it seemed like it did pretty well. Why is Kevin from Big Brother in the ring?
It was a ridiculous joke of a fight.
Not if you watched ESPN and all that the next day. They're like, McGregor did better than we could have ever hoped for. Yeah, because you let him.
Fucking Mayweather just let him burn out, which was what everyone says would happen.
I watched it at a bar upstate because we were like, ugh, rather pay a small cover charge, get in, rather than spend $100 on this fight. And watching it in that environment, it would have been worth it to pay $100. I mean, it was so fucking annoying in there.
Were people pro McGregor?
Very. And
Really?
I saw it upstate New York in a very white bar. And I thought it was hilarious.
Irish pride?
Because all of them were being so like, yeah, USA, you know, like during that point, but then booing fucking Mayweather. And I'm like, well, which is it? You can't pick. You're just like, I like white American is really what they're saying. But yeah, they were so obnoxious. And then in the final round, there was a huge fight at the bar. And I'm like, look, this is the fucking end. Everyone keep it together. It sucks in here. But please just don't be bumping around into each other.
When I lose money, I'm going to start swinging.
So many people lost so much money betting on fucking McGregor.
And I did not enjoy that fight, and I would have paid for it to not be sitting in that bar. It was so annoying.
People were losing it, saying McGregor did all right, but none of his punches were landing. Like nothing he was fucking throwing.
Their punches were met. I mean, I had an older brother. I know what it's like when the guy's letting you.
Yeah.
Until he decides I'm going to fucking turn this out. You know what I mean? And like for a while, I'd be like, yeah, I'm fucking getting these shots. These haymakers landing right on his forearms. But I think people are so used to fucking fake professional wrestling that a fake sport doesn't fucking hurt their feelings.
Yeah. That could be.
I don't think they were like, if you were any kind of boxing fan, you're like, McGregor doesn't want everybody to fucking think that he's an idiot, and fucking Mayweather doesn't want everyone to go, oh, this was a ripoff. So they each got what they wanted.
And the weird thing is, isn't all those MMA fans, isn't their whole thing, this is real. It's not like pro wrestling. It's not dirty like boxing. This is real. And then like, this stunt just didn't feel like they were doing that at all. Like, this was so orchestrated.
It was a rigged boxing fight without having to be rigged. Just the guy saying, because the fucking promoter's also boxing, so he knows, I got to give these people something.
Yeah. And so they let McGregor throw a few punches. And he just, like, you saw it happen, like him getting tired. Like, the fourth round started. Well, he's blown up.
Yeah, but whether he got tired or not, he was going to fucking lose.
Yeah.
He could have lost before he ever got exhausted.
Yeah.
And then people were saying, if they would have fucking stopped that fight, he would come back. He wasn't defending himself. You can't.
Not like that was like a full minute before he actually was able to
Well, the last 3
throw
rounds
anything. Isn't that when you have to completely call it off?
Yeah, when you can't defend yourself.
Yeah,
you're not putting up a defense.
Yeah.
His arms were just down for the last minute and he was running away from Mayweather or just backing away. It was fucking over. The last 3 rounds of the fight, he'd come out of the corner, throw a couple punches, and then get fucking lit up. Not even really. He was just getting fucking tapped by Mayweather.
Yeah, he was he was walking at the end of the fight. He wasn't even agile.
No, because he's not a fucking boxer. At least Mayweather finally got a knockout.
But that goofy stance of his was fun to watch for at least one round. Because I was like, what is that?
Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, yeah.
He was using his arm as it's a fucking lance. He was just trying to keep somebody back.
I just liked when Mayweather would hug him and he'd start punching his back and the ref would be like, you can't do that, man. And he's like, why not?
In the back. At one point, Mayweather just turned around. Just let him start punching him in the back.
I'll get you for that. I'll get you.
What do you mean I can't do that?
That feels good. That feels really good.
Why can't I punch the back?
He's holding me. Why can't I punch him in the back?
Well, the fact that no one got mad just proves where we are in this country now. We don't expect anything to be real. That's why, in this country, we're not even upset whether the Russians fucking got involved in the election. We don't really care.
No.
No, people do not seem that outraged as Americans.
Yeah.
Left or right, as Americans. The possibility of that being real, not too upsetting. For some reason, not too upsetting.
You know that crazy guy out of Texas that does that weird radio show where he yells about
Alex Jones?
Yeah.
Well, Ant fills in for him, and Ant said to me, he don't believe any of that stuff. He's just, putting on a nice show.
I know. I kind of believed that the whole time. I was like, is this... he's cutting promos. You know what I mean?
He's cutting promos. He's fucking...
Because the level that he gets so worked up. The level...
But can I tell you something else? I feel the same way about Michael Moore. I don't think Michael Moore gives a fuck.
Really?
I don't think there's a political thing that if he really cared about politics, he'd keep his mouth shut because more people won't come over to that fucking logic because he's in it. When we get Ann in, I'm going to try to go through who he thinks is real or not. Do you think Gavin is real or he's just a funny guy?
I think he's first and foremost a funny guy.
Right.
I'm not going to say it's all 100% work, but I think first and foremost he thinks about being entertaining.
Now, I would say the same thing about Jon Stewart, but I don't think Jon Stewart would do a joke that he doesn't believe in the point of that joke.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm fucking wrong. Carell, he
obviously,
he's like Malkovich, where he only fucking sees himself wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Could be Carell. We wanted to play a new game today, and we're going to kind of bait it on the air. Send Jen in for this. And it's Gimme 5. Gimme 5.
Gimme 5.
Here's what I thought we could do. We come up with something that we have to pick a 5 of, and then we have the opportunity to vote off one of somebody's 5.
Oh,
all right?
okay.
Shit.
So let's do right off the back. Let's start this with Vito, because people feel very happy to vote off one of Vito's.
I would love to.
All right.
So let's do movies, Vito.
Okay.
And now, here's the thing. I'm not saying the 5 best movies of all time.
Right.
Give me your 5 personal favorites. This is your 5 favorite movies. Now, I would even say this for myself. I'm sure that I would change this if asked tomorrow most times.
Yeah, this could change at any given, because already I'm putting things in my head and going, how, but then this would be in 6th or 7th place. How am I going to bump this?
Right.
This could be a changing thing.
All right. Let's go with you first, Vito. What's your number 1?
Number 1 is Mean Streets.
Very good.
Yeah, it is very good.
I love that. It's my favorite Scorsese movie. I love just all of the feast and everything, and just friends hanging out, the Mr. Postman fight. I love that whole movie.
And what songs does it start with? Do you remember?
No, I can't.
Opening song? Maybe the greatest rock and roll song of all time. Girl group?
I don't remember.
Can you believe this, Gail?
It's a Supreme song, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's not?
Mm-mm. It's Ronnie Spector.
Oh, it is.
And that fucking movie starts, and I remember that movie started, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna like this movie. Well, Chris is gonna probably find the part where they don't sing the thing on it. So, all right, number one, what is number two for you?
Number two is Major League.
Hold on. The 1 to 2 combination there is hilarious.
Before every baseball season starts, no matter what, I watch Major League. I can name the entire lineup for the most part of that Indians team. I dressed up as Wild Thing Rick Vaughn one year for Halloween. I'm in love with the movie.
Now, did you see that they got together at Field of Dreams? All the guys from Major League came out over the weekend?
No, I didn't see that. And I was in that, and I was in Cleveland.
Well, that's not where that movie was done.
Oh,
no, they did it in Iowa. They did it at Field of Dreams.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Field of Dreams isn't in Cleveland.
It's not all about Cleveland, dude.
I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead.
Number 3 is Knocked Up. Because I went to film school because of the movie Knocked Up.
Yeah, these three are so different.
Yeah.
I could not figure out a taste there.
Number 4 is Back to the Future.
Okay.
Jesus.
And number 5 is Pineapple Express.
Mean Street stands alone. Mean Street stands alone. I love it.
I like Mean Streets.
And then here's the deal. When we vote this one off, you can't watch it for a year. That's the fair thing.
For everyone.
Yeah, for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, he can't. I definitely won't. So, all right, read off your list 1 through 5.
Mean Streets, Major League, Knocked Up, Back to the Future, and Pineapple Express.
Wow.
This is hard to pick which one to throw out.
Interesting.
All right, I vote off Major League.
No, I'm going to watch before baseball next
Everyone else gets the vote.
All right, my vote, you cannot watch Back to the Future for one whole year.
Mine is Pineapple Express.
No!
And I had Knocked Up.
Oh, no. Come on, we have to go at least get 2 votes here. Come on, Major League is it's far from the best baseball movie.
I know.
If he said he fucking watched The Natural every year, bang the drum slowly, I could fucking Bull Durham, I could mention 18 of these movies that he could watch before Major League.
Don't take away my Major League.
I'm gonna say, yeah, maybe Major League is probably gonna get the vote off.
I have a tradition for it.
If I had to, I mean, I'd probably go with Knocked Up.
Then Major League.
Just to end that segment.
We're tied twice.
I've never seen Major League.
Oh,
that's why.
There's no reason to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons.
You never will. I'll put that on your tombstone.
I'll buy it for you for Christmas so you can watch it because I can't watch it. You can borrow mine.
You can talk to her over the phone and have her say what's happening. All right, Gail, you next.
All right, so we're going with my number 1 movie first, correct?
No, whatever. I wasn't even thinking that we had to rank them 5 through 1.
I'm giving you 5.
Yeah.
Ready? I am going The Graduate, 1963. Classic.
67, but okay.
It's 67?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 63.
Why would it be 63? Would he have hair like that?
Oh, good point. Why did I think it was 63? Raising Arizona.
That's good.
Punch Drunk Love, which was tricky to pick because I did want something from that director, from Paul Thomas Anderson, but I settled on Punch Drunk Love. Rushmore. And Badlands. And I do feel like all of mine make sense at least a little bit together.
You're the same person.
Like that's a person who has a movie taste. Actually, now that I say it, it's kind of interesting because all of them kind of have a bit of a romantic vibe. Which
I'm gonna vote off Punch Drunk Love for me.
Oh my God! Quick.
I was voting off The Graduate.
Why? Maybe one of the 5 greatest movies ever made.
I'm shocked.
Off the list.
Why though? You have to fucking make a point for it.
Yeah,
not just straight meanness.
I
turned around and gave a bunch of. I would say this. It's not even close to my favorite fucking Paul Thomas Anderson. That's why I voted it off. Not because I hate that film.
I had a feeling that you would say, if compared to the other person's works. And even that it was a tricky one to pick because I wanted something from him.
Yeah. I could have voted off Badlands, too, because, again, I don't even think that's his best.
But it's such a good movie. 73?
1939's classic Star Wars. Weren't you surprised that Vito didn't pick something like that?
I know.
The dummy fucking movies he picked one after the other. And the other one isn't your favorite, it's your mom's favorite. She made you watch it with her.
No, I really just love the movie Mean Streets.
I don't think
then why does it match anything else?
I want to vote something off of her.
It's just something I really enjoyed and I wanted to put on my list. It doesn't have to be. I mean,
who are we voting off?
Yeah, you got to give me. Who are you voting off for me?
I'm going to vote off Rushmore because I think that there's better movies by Wes Anderson.
That's debatable.
Yeah,
that's a tighter race. There's about 8 that could win the Wes Anderson rule. Chris went with what?
The Graduate.
The Graduate, which is like so shitty, just for mean-spirited sake.
Only because it was so hard for him to graduate.
Very.
What are you voting off?
I'm doing Punch Drunk Love.
Come on, guys. It's a brilliant film. It has everything. It has drama. It has love. It has comedy.
Here's somebody for you that'll help out a little bit. Lag it up. Mitchell Walters.
Mitchell.
Good morning. Happy Labor Day, children.
Oh, happy Labor Day.
What's up, Ronnie? I'm just finishing spending my Mayweather money.
By the way, are you in South Florida?
No. No, I'm on the Belt Parkway, stuck in traffic, as usual.
Flats is staying for that storm, and it's 175-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, well, he'll lock himself in the room and he'll hopefully get out of it alive.
Yeah. One person died of partying.
He's got plenty of statues. Don't worry.
Yes, I'm sure he does. He's got a fucking hollow heel, no matter what he's wearing. Well, good to hear from you, Mitchell.
Well, I got the football starts, right?
I don't know. Chris hasn't gotten on it this year.
It's happening.
It is going to happen?
It is going to happen, yes.
Thursday's the first game.
I know. I understand. But people have until Sunday to join.
Until
Sunday.
Okay.
So what do I have to do? Am I locked in? Or?
Yeah, you're locked in. You're good to go, Mitchell. You just got to give me your first pick off the air.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to give it to you off the air right now because I got to do the area code system.
Yeah, he's going to do the area code.
He's got a system.
I didn't even realize this. You've been in France, so you're not ready, right?
I will be. By Sunday, we will be ready.
Yeah.
Everybody will be ready.
Yeah,
everybody's picking Buffalo. Everybody's picking Buffalo.
All right, talk to you soon, Mitchell. Bye.
Peace, Mitchell.
Ronnie,
yeah.
Enjoy Fort Fairlane. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Enjoy Fort Fairlane. That's the Dice movie. Jen, let's do your 5.
Okay. So, in no order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's The Notebook.
Okay. Great.
Easy to vote off.
It's Black Hawk Down.
Why?
What? I love that movie.
Why?
Josh Hartnett it was like, I really like war movies. I really like,
I'm stunned by this.
Really?
So you like a war movie?
I love
the modern day
Lone Survivor.
Yes.
I love Lone Survivor.
Now, why do you love watching a war movie?
I don't. It makes me cry. It's like the one few movie type that that makes me tear up.
Now, is it just
depressing. Especially nowadays?
Yeah, like modern war, or
modern war.
Will you cry if you're watching?
Well, actually, I did cry Pearl Harbor. Yeah,
I cried too. I was like, I can't believe there's another hour and a half of this fake bullshit.
But I love Black Hawk Down. Bad Boys. I love Sean Penn.
She picks the Sean Penn Bad Boys.
Oh.
What? Oh, you thought, yeah. No.
You stunned me. I did not think that you would go back to that. That is that's a difficult movie to watch. It's really harsh. You like to see guys on the edge.
Brutal. Cruel Intentions.
Love it. Love. So good.
And then Friday.
Okay, that's legit.
Yeah,
that is not getting voted off, that's for sure.
What would I vote off of yours? I feel bad voting off Black Hawk Down.
I don't. I'm voting off Black Hawk Down. That is mine.
I'm going to vote Notebook.
I'm voting Notebook.
And by the way, I've never seen Notebook.
I think I saw the end once.
Was that stupid?
Oh my God, no spoilers. We haven't seen it. Vito?
I would have voted off Cruel Intentions.
Oh, what? God, that's the best.
No,
I like Cruel Intentions.
So good.
It's terrible.
Oh, no, it's not good, but I enjoy it.
It's entertaining.
I don't even think it's good bad. I just think it's bad.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely not good bad.
Well, it looks like the Notebook takes it.
Notebook's out.
You are banned from the Notebook for 1 year.
Oh, no. I just bought on in a band.
These are my 5. Boogie Nights, True Romance, Billy Madison, Usual Suspects, and Hackers.
Somebody came of age in the 90s.
Yep.
So go over your list again.
True Romance, Boogie Nights.
By the way, out of all the Tarantino scripts, you picked True Romance?
I love that movie, yeah.
It's not even directed by him.
Terrible music. Anytime I fucking watch that, I'm always thinking to myself, what would he have put
I
in
can't
this
imagine.
scene?
I think of that too, because I love that story.
Yeah.
And I love the casting.
Oh, by the way, there's 2 songs in it that I love. But across the board, there's some stuff that doesn't fucking work for me. And you know that they took... he did it he wrote it the same way where, like, it was a Pulp Fiction novel where you're a piece, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, really?
And they just took the script and fitted it out properly.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I do like things about that movie, but if you're going to throw in something Tarantino-esque.
All right, give me your 5 again.
True Romance, Boogie Nights, Billy Madison, Usual Suspects, Hackers.
Hackers is terrible.
It is.
I would consider good bad.
Good bad. I agree.
Billy Madison, lovely if you're a child. I mean, it's even hard now to go back and watch and go, this is great, but it was very, very funny. So, nothing true about Hackers. If anyone had a computer, they knew that it was fake.
Well, the internet is a place of physical space, right? You can't move through it like a room.
Yeah, they still do that.
Where E equals MC square is just floating.
Remember that Penn Jillette shows up as some cool fucking defense against hacking guy?
Operator.
Okay, I didn't know the title. So it's got to be Hackers.
Oh, shit.
I'm picking The Usual Suspects to vote off because I feel like it doesn't, the other ones I get where you have a personal connection to it, but as far as just like a good movie, I don't think it holds up.
I'm going to also say The Usual Suspects because I think if you know the ending of the movie, there's no point to watch the movie.
I disagree 100%. I go watch that movie over and over and over. I think everybody is great in that movie.
I flip you for real.
Fucking fantastic. And then knowing the ending of it and then trying to figure out why didn't I pick up on it, or are they being true to this?
Right.
Could this have even happened? It's a great fun movie. And Stevie Baldwin even called his book The Usual Suspect.
It's fucking amazing.
I like that
it's about him being born again.
I like that he took a Big Brother's kind of attempt on that. just changing the pluralization. This is about me.
Works well for people.
Chris, what did you vote off?
I voted off for Vito. I voted off Knocked Up.
Wait, who are we doing right now?
Chris is, yeah. Jen, what did you vote off for?
I'm taking away Billy Madison.
Oh, it's so fucked up.
So we got two
Usual Suspects.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
Sorry, Boo.
I just rewatched that movie.
Well, at least you got it out of the way.
All right, I'm going to do mine.
Okay.
Give me 5. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Love it.
Angels with Dirty Faces. You guys might not know this, but to me, it was the perfect storm of gangsters, funny gangsters. I think this is a 1939 movie. It might be 40, but Jimmy Cagney is in this, Humphrey Bogart, and the Dead End Kids. And the other day, I just called Kevin on Big Brother, what's his name? Hunt's Hall. And then I threw like a real personal favorite that I've watched too many times, Dazed and Confused. I think Richard Linklater is almost a perfect filmmaker in this.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would even change in this movie.
It's so fun to watch. I always have fun watching them.
It's the American Graffiti of its fucking time. And I saw American Graffiti not too long ago. And even though I know nothing about what that life was about, I got it immediately of watching it,
Mm-hmm.
And then I picked Ford Fairlane. So, that was Dice's.
Okay.
You want to vote it out? You have every right to. I won't watch it for a year. That's probably cheating a little bit, huh? All right, I'll throw Almost Famous in there as a personal favorite.
You just made this so difficult for me.
Yeah,
I really had that Ford Fairlane in there.
Well, go back and watch it. You might change your mind.
Shit.
So, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Cool Hand Luke, Dazed and Confused, Almost Famous. What do you vote out? Gail, I'm going to force you to go first.
Oh my God, that's so fucked up. It's really, really fucked up. But here's the thing. I love this movie and you introduced it to me, but I'm going to say Angels with Dirty Faces.
Wow. Vito.
I'm going to say One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Why?
Oh? Out of respect for Ken Kesey, because he didn't like the movie that much.
He didn't see the movie.
But I thought he hated it because of...
No, he hated it because he didn't like he signed the play away years before. And it didn't come back to him. And the people who owned the play, which happened to be Kirk Douglas, turned around and sold it to Michael Douglas. So know a little bit of your film history before you go running out. And a matter of fact, know some of your Kesey. Just name me another novel he wrote.
Merry Pranksters.
That's just not true. How do you not know Sometimes a Great Notion? Also made into a film starring Paul Newman. So you're null and void for this.
You love Ken Kesey so much.
Yeah, he doesn't know
I respect everything he does.
Ken Kesey.
By the way, the book written about the Merry Pranksters, which was called what? The Electric Kool-Aid Acid
Test.
That's right.
Yes.
He hated that because he felt like it was. And by the way, it was written by Tom Wolfe. Don't even get me started. You didn't even try. What do you got, Jen?
The 1939. That's Angels.
Why would you vote that out?
Because I don't know that one.
But see, this is the thing. People aren't thinking. They're not giving it a thought. Well, it doesn't matter. I can't watch it for a year.
It's fucking over.
What were you going to do?
I was going to do Cool Hand Luke.
What? You haven't seen it?
Of course I've seen Cool Hand. I watched it with my dad, yeah. It's a great
why
movie.
would you vote it out? Because it reminds you of your dad?
Because it's so good.
Because your
That's such a
dad
good
got
one.
fucking busted trying to knock over a fucking parking meter? Why would you get rid of that?
Because, well, I hadn't seen Angels with Dirty Faces, and I wasn't going to give that example for that.
But you know what? Everybody fucking must watch this film now.
It's really good. It's a really, really good movie.
So, or we should have just a film festival of the movies that everyone can. Because I haven't seen The Notebook. Did I vote against The Notebook?
Yeah, The Notebook.
That should be. That's kind of cheating.
All right, so what would our film festival be?
I would be watching The Notebook. What was voted off for you, Chris?
Usual Suspects.
Vito, yours?
Major League.
I don't want to.
It's a fun movie.
It was just on this weekend.
Did you enjoy it?
No, I got to tell you, it was I Frankenstein it. I just caught like 15 minutes of it. I'm like, I get it now.
And mine would be Punch Drunk Love. My addition to.
This is a good movie. Unlike Hackers that we're not watching.
Love that movie.
Wait, you thought yours was yours was Hackers that was voted off.
I thought Usual Suspects. I think it was 2 votes for Usual Suspects. Vito and Gail voted for Usual Suspects.
No one else voted for Hackers?
No one else voted for Hackers.
God, that movie's terrible. Do you guys honestly feel like Hackers is a better movie than Usual Suspects?
It's the good bad movie that it's just a fun watch to sit there.
And I also think it's more truthful to Chris's list. Like, I don't think Usual Suspects is as true to the real Chris Stanley. Hackers, I actually know that he
I
probably
can't believe that anybody
multiple.
picks fucking True Romance over Pulp Fiction.
I know.
Reservoir Dogs.
I love True Romance.
You make a good point.
The music in
Maybe
True
we should
Romance.
get Adam for this show. Huh? He explains himself.
The music in True Romance was supposed to be a ripoff of Badlands, which is on my list.
Really?
Like that bum 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 bum. If you listen to the theme of both of those songs, they sound really, really similar, and they based it off of the Badlands.
You can't do that. No white person can do that without being sued.
And they sound really, really similar.
That's weird. Now, Chris, instead of sitting, what should you be doing?
Bringing it up.
Yeah. So first play True Romance theme song. And then after that, the Badlands theme.
This is True Romance.
Love it. It's got that island sound too, if you know steel drums. Steel drums is making people drive off a fucking cliff.
Reggaeton.
It's not reggaeton.
This is a song of the summer.
All right, now let's go to the other one. I would have put both of those up or done that while the one was playing. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, same sound, very similar.
Although, how much can you do with a steel drum?
Mostly just bump, 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 bump.
To me, the best thing to do is fill it with chili and go to a tailgate.
Now we have to vote off which one. Theme. See, that sounds exactly like it.
No, it does. Well, how you guys like him back doing the show? It's weird being off.
Dude, it was weird just coming up to the building. I was like, this feels like a weird dream.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't necessarily feel like we were gone a long time or a short time. It just feels like we've just awoken back into reality.
Yeah, so that is weird. That you're like, okay, so that's over. It is what, like, first day of school. First day of school is so fucking weird.
Yeah, like, do you remember how intense, like, you either pick your outfit or you do your hair, and you think about your mom's like, and what do you want for lunch on your first day? And then second day is just, this is just how it is now, and nobody gives a shit.
I remember my first day of high school. So we're walking up, and, like, you could cut from my neighborhood through the woods and get to the fucking high school, right? And there was these two abandoned, they called them fucking tennis things, but they were made out of tar, right? Right in the middle of the woods. At one point, the fucking school said to themselves, hey, we could have a tennis team. And they just laid some fucking pavement down there. And somebody must have said to them, no, you can't.
Right.
I fucking start walking back. There's like a fucking 100 kids there, 7 o'clock in the morning. Fucking getting high, a fucking keg going. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is fucking great. I'm fucking whacked the fuck out first day of 10th grade. I mean fucking whacked. Having a fucking blast. Finally, I walk over to the school. I'm an hour and a half late for school. And I fucking get there. And they go, oh no, the fucking teachers are on strike. Just go in. There's no teachers in there. I go in, people are like fucking throwing shit, fucking kicking lockers. I'm like, high school's gonna be fucking nuts.
It's like prison rules in here.
Yeah, it was. It was like a prison, but if the warden had been thrown out. And that was my first day of high school.
That's insane.
I know. It was crazy as shit.
No other day could live up to that.
Hey, Matt. No, I don't think. I think you. The odd thing is, every day at high school was the same way. Matt, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back.
Thanks, man.
I just wanted to make a little comment, not to correct you or anything, but or I guess I would be, but the instrument used would be a marimba, not a steel drum.
Matt, you know what I say to you? Pretty good prize, Closet.
Yeah, first one of the new school year.
Yes, great ear and great way to know what musical instruments are. Because I never heard of that before.
Which we always value on the Bennington show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know why people are afraid to correct. I love a good correction. I don't think you suck as a correction, but I think you don't have all the information is a good thing. Nate, what's up, buddy?
Bennington and
Hey.
Mr. Drunk Fez.
What's up?
Wanted to fill you in on a new show that I found on Hulu. It's a good cop drama. It's called Cardinal.
Never heard of this one.
Cardinal.
Out of Canada.
I need a new drama.
Oh, this one's good. It's got a very Silence of the Lambs feel to it.
Silence of the Lambs.
Is it spooky? I don't like spooky stuff.
I just had on last night the 1980s Hannibal Lecter, before it got big. This is the one that Michael Mann did. And I think it was like about the Red Dragon.
Yeah.
Later they made it remade it with Ed Norton.
Yeah.
In it. And it was like weird to see. It looked like a high school version.
Really?
Of it. Yeah.
I've never seen that.
It's really worth watching. That guy, I think his name is William Peterson, that was in To Live and Die in L.A. And he had those two, both came out in 86. Right there, they're showing where it could go. It could go up the East Coast or the West Coast of Florida, or duck in and go somewhere in the Gulf, maybe up towards New Orleans.
Yeah, and it looks like Cuba, definitely Miami's going to be impacted no matter what direction it's going, whether it's impacted a lot or a little. Right. They're not going to be without.
Yeah, but that's if it stays on this route. These things can take off.
Yeah. Or just totally dissipate.
I mean, what do we do if North Korea hits it with a fucking nuke?
Like if
we haven't brought that
way?
up, but since the Cuban Missile Crisis, this is the most danger the world has ever been, that nukes are going to go flying back and forth. And it's weird that people aren't nervous about it.
It's really either, do you think that people aren't nervous, they just think it's not going to happen? Or do you think
they think it's not going to happen?
Yeah. Because I'm wondering, or is it just like the thing where you're like, I can't even think about it because it's too crazy. Like if I think about it and I give it attention, and if I know all the details, I'll freak out and everyone will just be running and screaming.
I think we've seen so many movies where the nuke does it.
Right.
You know,
someone's going to hit the button while it's got like 2 seconds left.
But I just saw like fucking Putin is like, folks, this is crazy. This could have cataclysmic for the whole world. Like he's talking like a level-headed guy.
Yeah. Putin's going.
And then they asked him, they're like, you know, can you talk with that guy? He goes, he's building nukes and his people eat grass. How are we going to talk to him?
Yeah.
This whole fucking thing is unfixable and crazy. And people go, oh, we should have fucking got straightened out fucking North Korea years ago, decades ago. I'm like, you ever heard of the Korean War? We were there for a fucking long time, slugging it out. A lot of fucking kids died.
It's not that easy.
It's not easy to change these other countries.
And just to be like, yeah, just go over there with some youngsters and just flip a military, flip a government completely.
Then we move in some fucking chicken shacks and everything's going to be fantastic.
It's not that simple. Yeah, it's really, really scary and eerily numbing too. Like there is a numb feeling when everybody talks about it or doesn't talk about it.
And it isn't even like we could send in like SEALs or something. I mean, we'd only send in missiles.
Yeah.
That hopefully knock them out before they kill millions and millions of other people.
It's really too creepy and too surreal to think about. It's overwhelming. And it does feel like something out of a movie. It doesn't feel like real life.
I tell you, people, like, they'll bring up North Korea. I only know this one North Korean block where there's never any cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you just, like, see somebody drive, like, we were on our way there. You just, like, one car on this giant 8-lane fucking thing.
Yeah.
But I've never seen, like, where do people in Korea live that aren't on that block?
I have no idea.
And they say they turn off the electricity at night. Yeah. Like, the entire place is darked out, except for his apartment. And then he's in there and he's watching fucking old movies and
taking ice cream out of the freezer.
Yeah. He's fucking got an electric shaver. He's just doing the sides of his head.
Yeah, I know that, and like, you know, just where they seem to roll tanks through for parades. But I know like very little about what goes on there.
Like Trump will be like, "Hey, this guy only knows one thing. It's going to get settled fast," and then his generals go, "Not really, though.
Mm-hmm.
We're really going to try to keep talking."
Let's see what he has to say.
And they're like, every president has kicked the can. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Just keep putting it off as long as we can.
I don't have an answer for this shit.
Lindsey Graham just wrote, "Can't believe I'm agreeing with Vladimir Putin, but I am." He doesn't think that even tightening sanctions is a good idea. I guess he just thinks let the guy keep shooting missiles around. Maybe he won't hit anybody.
Let's just hope these are really shitty missiles.
I don't know why. Why do you need to practice missiles? Just you have them. You know what I mean?
Make the practice the actual thing. You know what I mean? If it ends up working out for you. And if it doesn't work out, you go, that was just a test. Just so you know.
I like how they show pictures of him like discussing shit with people. Like, oh, how's that missile working out? You know?
I know.
He knows about everything.
I know. He's really fucking smart.
He's well-rounded.
Do we got time to see Trump try to put the things in the trunk of the truck?
I want to see it.
I know we got to get out of here.
I'm bringing it up.
Bringing it up.
Bringing it up. Christine, bringing it up.
I picked that. That's the only reason.
Friend for appetizers.
Chris is stepping down from Big Brothers.
I'm not.
Wow, this is huge news. And congratulations, Vito, on your new show.
Yeah,
congratulations, Adam.
Adam is great. He's the best, and I'm just really loving doing a show with him. Somebody who cares.
Not a fan of Adam.
You don't know. You didn't listen.
Yeah, like maybe if you have
if you listen and decide whether or not it's a better show, would you at least be willing to do that?
I can't listen. I can't listen to the show.
Just listen.
Where he's talking the fucking power of Vito. I can't listen to that.
Why? You don't even like Vito. Why are
I'm
you
not
so
listening.
hurt?
It's because I'm the co-host of that show. I happen to be on vacation, and he brought in Adam.
You're the assistant to the co-host.
No, I'm.
Wow. That's fucking ball busting.
Holy shit.
It looks like Chris learned how to fucking surrender once you make a friend. Somebody put an air hose up that fucking Korean kid's ass, too. His head shouldn't be that size. Don't worry about it, Chris.
I'll find it.
All right, that is it for us. We're back in here tomorrow. We should end with some Steely Dan today.
What do you want to end with?
Why don't you surprise me, Chris? Let me see your... Why is that Jesus? You have some Steely Dan knowledge by now, right?
A little bit. I would say a little bit of Steely Dan knowledge.
Just don't pick a hit. You know what I mean?
Just like something deep cut that you love.
Yeah.
All right. How's Hey 19
Well,
sound?
you know that, first of all, that's a hit. Second, that's not the way to fucking surprise us by saying the title instead of us hearing the song.
All right, I'm gonna find it.
But you want to see something, you know, that's kind of Walter Becker, you know what I mean? Like
okay.
You know.
All right, I'm gonna find some Walter Beckery.
But don't just look it up, though. I mean, pick
from your personal.
Yeah. Okay. How about like a Kid Charlemagne? About that? I mean,
You wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
You would just start fucking playing
This is
it.
not
By the
North
way,
Korea with the
did that remind you so much of Dave when he just did that?
Yeah.
Like the way you said that, I felt like fucking Dave was Spirit was here.
Spirit.
You want to just have Vito do it?
No.
Hi, Vito. Do it. And you're going to be representing you and Adam. By the way, Pit Doc was the person who referenced that today.
Yes.
And threatened Chris's life. If
He
didn't.
did. He was very gruff.
He's my doctor. He should be threatening my life. He should be trying to extend it.
He's already extended it. Much more than anyone would have given you a chance. All right, are we ready? We ready to go with the song, Chris?
You guys.
What do you got, Vito? Just play it. You know how to play it? You know how to play, right?
You can't play it from there, Chris?
I don't know if he looked the song up. Here, I got.
No. I want it to be Vito.
Okay.
I'm very happy about this. Very excited for Vito.
This is going to be a big tribute.
I wonder what he's going to play.
Do you remember the name of the band we said?
Yes, I do know that.
All right.
Let's see what he picks.
All right, ready, Vito? Just give me the thumbs up.
Just give us the thumbs up when you're ready to pick the best tribute ever.
How long are you taking, Vito?
Vito!
I'm just really stressed out about this decision.
Just make the decision.
I'm glad that you guys are in fucking radio.
This is good.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to play it now.
Oh, yeah, Vito!
Yeah!